sure that it goes live. Hello,
Yeah,
Internet.
live.
Let's go ahead and let's do that thing.
Go live.
Hey, we are live
Do the
on
thing.
the Internet.
On the interwebs?
We are on the interwebs. Hello,
Whoa.
interwebs.
Hey, interwebs.
If you are tuning in, thank you. This is the Knights of Eldermythe. It is a 5e D&D homebrew campaign. Yeah, there's a lot of, it's like a big acronym. This is a homebrew campaign with a time travel setting in an alternate version of Faerun. I'm Eric Millet, at Eric Millet on Twitter, at Killior as well, in many places of the web. Your DM for the evening, around the table.
Hi, I'm Jen Millet, at Militant on Twitter, and Militant Cosplay and Illustration on Facebook. And I play Mortar, the amazing tiefling sorcerer.
Absolutely. And I am Shalfin. I am Peter Delius. I play Shalfin.
I am Groot.
I am an angel healer of the party.
Right now you're dragging.
But I am a multifaceted personality. And I am one of the veteran players here. And you can always come down to Kay's Donuts and chat gaming with me anytime.
And
Shout out
eat delicious
King's
donuts.
Donuts, Pete's Family's Business, awesome donuts. Saugus, Boston, coming soon to another location in Saugus. That is, ding, endorsement one of the night. In the chair that is currently empty, that you cannot see, is Antanas Malus, at Malus on Twitter. At some point, we'll spell that out in the doobly-doo downstairs. For that Matt Colville.
That sounds terrible.
It really does.
Downstairs.
Yeah, I just channeled my inner Matt Colville.
And then he pointed.
Doobly-doo downstairs.
I was
guys.
watching a Colville video earlier, and it just
Oh, is that your second ding of the
ding.
evening? Yeah.
There's another endorsement. Antanas will put his stuff in the thing downstairs because
Description.
that's the one.
And he plays Arterar.
He plays Arterar, the former bard, now cleric of Moritar's mother.
Because that's not awkward.
That's
Yes.
not awkward
It's
at
amazing.
all.
Isn't it nice having a mother who's a deity?
Yeah, it is.
Pete, you had something else?
Yes, I
Hey,
also
I
wanted
did too.
to give a little shout out to Ernie Gygax. We chatted the other night, and he's sending some donuts out to you soon. And I'll see you at GaryCon.
Wow. Sweet. I brought some donuts into work this morning.
All right.
Oh, you did.
Thank you.
You did go.
Where's the? All right. Next, our remote player, who is also monitoring the chat tonight. So if you
Yes, I am monitoring the chat, so feel free to say hi. Jason Cormack. I play Stell the Weasel Wolfbane, who is a halfling arcane trickster / ranger. By the way, I do love Kane's Donuts, the maple glaze, the maple bacon one. You got to try that one. Also, I support net neutrality.
Net neutrality.
Hey!
Net neutrality. Do not revoke net neutrality. Yeah, cool.
I am Pat Dunham, and I play
Dunham.
Yorvith, the Drow Eldridge Knight. And if we're saying our favorite donuts, I like the cinnamon donut from King's.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Thank you.
Cake jelly stick.
Yes, very good.
Thank you.
Very good.
Sugar raised. No longer
Maple bacon.
Apple fritter.
All right.
How about a 25-pound apple fritter?
Oh,
Yeah,
Sean
always is.
Smith.
Oh,
Sean,
Sean, miss you.
Miss you, buddy. Hey.
Hello, my name is Aryeh. I am the owner and sole proprietor of Ragnarok Blade Works. Check
Ding,
me out
wait.
on
Ding.
Look at this.
handmade.
The man made this knife by hand.
Made this one too.
Wow, you
Christmas
must have
gift.
Teflon hands.
Hold it up to the camera.
Let's see.
It's
Except
show
that
one.
you have to show the bigger camera.
Have to show the bigger
That's
camera.
so far away.
That's so far
Because
away.
the one that you
Throw
showed
it.
me
It's a
is
throw
like
weapon.
it's like close up.
Small little Japanese kiradashi, handmade Damascus steel. Check me out, Facebook and Instagram, Ragnarok Blade Works.
He
Wow.
says
Makes
kiridashi.
really
I
good
hear
stuff.
agadashi.
Agadashi, like the
Tofu,
tofu.
yeah.
One other shout out I want to give tonight. Two of the artists on the Twitter sphere who we have really good relationships with. Everybody here in game and sort of the Critterverse. Big shout outs to Jason DeBitt at JD Illustrates on Twitter.
You're gonna do that.
And Andy Lee at Call of the Deep. Both of whom have worked on commissions for us here at the table and are maybe currently working on some surprises as well right now.
Christmas presents.
I'm on Andy's waiting list again.
Yeah, not alone. So, as last we left it, the Knights of Eldermythe have once again reformed the Bell of Time.
Yay!
And found their way.
Of Eldermythe.
Yes. And have found their way back to Sanctuary, a place that seems suspended in time and space, isolated in its own thread.
And yet it has its own
Rocky.
relative time and space.
Yet it has its own
Remember when
relative
you
time
hit me in the
and
face?
space.
Like
They-
time and relative dimensions in space.
Have successfully, by the way, do we have audio tonight?
I believe we do. I did chest test.
Let's not ever do that again.
Confirmed. We have audio.
Yay! All right. So they have found themselves back in Sanctuary, sort of their space,
Sanctuary.
safe space and time. And
Somehow I muted myself. Trying to fix that.
are we back? Are we live?
You are
Hey,
back.
We're live.
Hey.
How did that even happen?
I don't even know.
I think I did something.
Oh,
How
good.
do you have control over muting? Did you use
I
control
don't
room?
know. No, I didn't. I'm not sure. I tried to mute. I was getting audio
I
from
tried to
both
mute and then it
of
worked.
them.
Oh.
Yeah, so I was getting audio from both systems.
And then
So I tried to mute one of them and I muted the wrong one.
So I don't know where you lost us. It was probably during
Um,
that part where I was telling that if you don't like a ruling that we make, that Jason,
Tough
go ahead
luck
and
and-
say it in chat, and Jason will promptly ignore you on my behalf. We're not going to go over that again. Audio issues aside, the group is back in Sanctuary after a rough battle and a rough retrieval of Arterar, who was dead and has successfully been revivified
Revivified.
and slightly healed. You guys are
Revivified.
Revivianed. You guys are exhausted after your
Which dividends?
What?
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 Never mind.
What would you like to do? It's ginger ale.
Not ginger ale.
It is ginger ale.
Not ginger ale.
It might have things in it, but it's definitely ginger ale.
Ooh, no, that sip was not ginger ale. What would you guys like to do?
Well,
So we didn't really accomplish what we wanted to back in Luskin.
I don't. What do we need to do there exactly?
Well, not get into a entire city destroying fight with a dragon and et cetera, et cetera.
Right. Yeah. So I get that part, but so we were supposed to go back and something about the temple.
Figure out where the original owners of the temple came from, right?
Right. But the whole city was under siege, so we overshot our destination a little bit. Is that?
Or yeah.
P.S. That dragon of yours not good news anymore.
No.
Especially given who he now serves.
That's
Maybe you should have raised him a little better.
seriously unfortunate.
A couple more dragon treats.
Couple more dragon treats. Here's a Scooby snack.
Exactly. Keep him mellow.
Yeah, Scooby snacks.
He's nasty business, huh?
A couple hash brownies.
In other news, if I had a really
Yeah.
poor idea, the poor idea would be to tell him we had different thoughts and we changed our minds and take us to him.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
That's a bad idea.
That does sound like a bad idea.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think
Dragons
so.
in his pocket. Which, I mean, why don't we just screw the whole timeline and go back and get him so that there's no chance of him being found by Bellicor?
Isn't there the whole point of what we're doing to not screw the timeline anymore?
Maybe leaving him in the first place was screwing the timeline.
Well, on a technical basis, I
Wow,
kind
this
of
gives
went
me a headache.
back 2,000 years into the past and screwed with the timeline by forging Kokusho and setting up my town and
So we haven't actually figured out if we can go in the past and screw things up permanently.
He did because he left his dragon and now his dragon's a fucking nightmare.
But it may have always been a nightmare.
I had never heard of him before. Not that I'm a history expert in Faerun by any
Make a
stretch of
wisdom
the
check,
imagination.
Moritar.
Herp derp. Herp derp. Natural 20.
You realize the stupidity of the thought as it leaves your mouth. As you've only actually lived in Faerun for what may have been a series of weeks
Yeah, I don't know.
and jumps in time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never heard of him though.
Oh, Mark.
Anybody else heard of him? You know, maybe somebody who lives here.
Someone who's from the area.
These are
Gives me
called
a headache.
locals.
Muggles.
Any muggles? No, nobody has any comments on that.
Does anybody want to see if they've had any hearing or history of Ryusai the Red?
Sure.
Give it a shot.
Okay.
I mean,
It's a history check, right?
It's a history check.
11.
What a wasted 20, man.
An 11.
18.
18,
I got a 26.
26. Pete,
20.
what are you still in Bemis form?
I am.
Should be.
Huh?
Yep.
Yes.
You have an advantage on that roll.
We don't have a Bemis figure anymore.
Oh, I do. I don't believe this thing.
I got my Bemis figure.
I got my Bemis on.
I'll let you swap it.
So for those of you who might have questions or who have not figured this out yet, Pete's character, Shalfan, is a fallen angel of the light.
Walter,
He has in his
I can't unsee it.
psyche 4 former beings of light, former worshippers of light, consciousnesses of them,
Conscious side.
conscious eye of them. Sounds like a seafood dish.
Seafood plate?
I'll have the conscious side. Can I get it medium?
He was touched by an arrow.
Grilled, blackened.
Yes, grilled and blackened.
Yeah.
So one of them is Bemis, his first character in the game. Bemis.
He was touched by a Naru, and his eyes are yellow now.
Yes.
He is certainly touched.
So with your advantage roll, Bemis.
Yes. Okay, so I'll take the 20. That was a 4.
So as you're thinking about it, Ryusai the Red, no, but Russo the Red was a pirate.
Rufio!
He was a pirate captain, and he was a very, very powerful pirate captain in history.
Was he the Pirate King?
Did he have red hair?
Harath the pirate.
Harath the Pirate King?
Pirate King.
Did he have red hair and a red beard?
Maybe. No, it was blonde.
He had black hair, but they just called him the Red.
So
He had a red nose because he drank a lot.
Yes.
Lots of rum.
Where'd all the rum go?
Russo, his middle name is Rudolph.
Could have been. He was the dragon. The red dragon. Maybe.
You remember Russo the Red.
I just remember.
And you
Russo
remember
Red.
he was extremely powerful and had an unnatural, in the stories of lore that you heard about him,
Yeah.
because he existed hundreds of years before you. He had power beyond mere mortals, and he had a luck that seemed almost unearthly.
Russo the Red.
Yes. When we were in Luskin, there was a pirate incursion, and
yes.
your dragon was there.
You do not know any of what he knows as of yet until he declares that.
I know
So
nothing.
you as a player know that.
Yep. I don't know anything.
I know nothing
I just know
about
that
it.
my future son-in-law was dead.
Um,
He's alive.
Hey, Arya, that's really loud every time you roll that past the.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The large collector of sound right
Yeah.
here.
Like every single time, it's like.
Rocky? There you go.
But I'm like,
Was there a song, Russo the Red-Nosed
my coins.
Pirate?
Russo
Maybe.
the red-nosed pirate
Oh jeez.
had a very shiny
All right. What do you guys want to do?
Maybe you should tell us what you know.
Yes. Sorry, I was sending our game out to some people in the gaming world.
No.
Yeah.
Keep that to myself.
I tell the group the history of Russo the Red. He was a pirate, and he was back in the day. He was the most notorious pirate, and he was
Historically,
historically-
RED.
historically he was very powerful, and and of course I'm Bemis right now. I'm sorry. And he was very powerful.
Make a performance check.
Amigos.
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 Yes, man.
14.
14. I mean, he seems pretty like you guys are kind of actually listening to him for once.
I was ignoring and now I'm like, what?
He was the most notorious pirate ever. And
Did he invade Luskin?
As you recall, as you think back on it, you are pretty sure he was involved in the raid in Luskin in the 1300s.
he
What
not only did he invade Luskin, he crushed Luskin.
was he, a human or a dragonborn or?
Can't dragons take human form?
Yes, I think they can.
Well,
And if they can't, many of them are spellcasters and can use the same spell you do.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The transfer.
Your dragon is pirate.
I wonder where he learned how to be
I
a
take back
pirate.
what I said about that being a fantastic deal, Stealth. Not a good deal.
Basically, he leveled Luskin. Okay.
Well, we were just there.
He might have leveled from Luskin.
It's very, very leveled.
well, the black dragon that we fought moments before,
Yes.
He was younger.
but he transformed into a dragonborn when he died.
Because he probably wasn't an actual dragon.
And the armor that he was wearing
Yes.
looked very ornate, and I think it had something to do with his draconic form. But obviously we can't prove that.
Obviously, I can't transform into a copper dragon. So not everybody
Sure you
can
can,
do that.
Polymorph.
Yeah. Do
I wish I could.
I don't know what you wanted.
Because
to
it would have
roll
got
for,
us out of a
but I
lot of
rolled an
positions.
18. I don't know what I'm.
History.
A lot
but
of
they don't really name it.
situations.
That'd be a 26.
All right. So with
I
this
think it was
information,
about whether dragons can take human form.
yes, yes, and yes, you do know
Okay.
that some dragons are known to have been able to take human form
Or cast spells.
or cast
Yeah.
spells.
Well, yeah.
Yes.
Well, I taught him how to speak. It's not a far step for him to want to keep acquiring knowledge.
And over 800 years, he is
And power.
2,000.
2,000 years.
Hmm.
Fantastic.
Why did you leave him behind again?
He didn't come when we were summoned back to that darkness when we first met again.
Probably because you weren't touching him.
He was on my shoulder.
You sure?
But when Shalfan and I appeared that time, we were all wandering around in the darkness.
What is
Bing.
dinging? It's so
What
weird.
is dinging?
Yeah, something keeps occasionally going bang, like really loud.
It's probably my headset reconnecting because it's
Oh.
reconnected twice because the battery was dying.
No.
That's weird that he was on your shoulder and then
I can only assume that the bell broken up into the individual pieces that we were each wearing had
Wasn't as powerful.
like you had to be touching that piece in order for.
He came with us to Sanctuary
Sorry.
numerous times, but I don't think he was as attuned to Sanctuary as we are.
Maybe.
Obviously, because then when we rang the bell, there'd be a big dragon floating above our heads.
Welcome home. Oh.
Can
Which would have been bad since he was ready to
you stop right there?
blast us with fire.
Xiao Fang that you keep talking
Shell Fang. Oh, he's a vampire.
Xiao Fang.
Shelly.
Xiao Fang. I've heard Shelly.
Oh, yeah.
Last
I
week
prefer
heard it.
Shelly.
What
Yeah, I
is
do.
this? Who is that?
Last week I heard something else.
Or a couple of minutes ago.
It's a long story, amigo.
Comprehend.
Once we figure this out, I think I'll tell you.
Okay. I'll go with that.
Excellent. Well, we should probably rest, but in addition to that, figure out when and where we're going, what we're supposed to be doing.
Bemis, in the back of your mind, you hear, "Worry not about the name Shalfan.
Worried.
He is me." And you hear this, "He is me," and the voice is instantly recognizable as the voice of Habakkuk. You recognize it as Habakkuk speaking directly to you.
Amigo. It's all
Sword.
I know what I need to know about this shelf.
I can tell you more, but we can do
You'd
that
like him.
when we rest.
I know.
I imagine he's a good person.
Mm.
I would not worry.
He's a good egg.
Wait, did he hatch from an egg? Wait, did you hatch from an egg?
Shelly.
He must have come from an egg.
Come from it.
That's awesome.
All right. So, Artie, you are still like
And I would
dazed
come from
and
eggs.
confused
I figured as
state, coming back from death.
So like old Artie.
Your spirit was willing to return to its body,
I'm assuming it's
The flesh is still weak.
but the
I can't
form
tell
is
because my
still.
dice bag is at home.
You have no dice.
I'm having one of those days. The last I had my dice bag was when I played a little Magic. I
Uh-huh.
have to put it back in my bag.
All right.
Well, the good thing is
I'm having.
there are always plenty of dice at the Millet's house.
That's so true.
And
Yeah.
I even have appropriate colors.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely not
There's
a lack
definitely
of dice
some
here.
oranges and things.
I'm gonna just kind
All
of
right.
cannibalize.
So you guys are all pretty tired. You have this realization that Ryusai may have in fact been the pirate captain leading the incursion on Luskin. They may be the one and the same entity. What are you going to do?
Awesome.
Did the pirate captain have a dragonborn buddy?
You don't. You can roll a history. What was your original roll? It's like in the
I was
20s.
over the 20.
A dragon
Roll again.
buddy.
Huh.
13.
You don't recall the makeup of his crew. All of the stories about Russo the Red were about amazing things Russo the Red did.
They all involved burning things down.
I don't recall if he had.
Sounds like the story of Mora the Blue.
I don't recall his crew who
What?
complimented his
Burning things down, the story of Mora the Blue.
More of the blue.
All of the blue.
All of the
Alright.
blue.
You're welcome.
You guys, although time moves much differently here, you do have a very strong sense of exhaustion about you, especially you are.
Yeah. He's
Though
pretty
you
much
don't
teetering
actually, you're
between-
not. You're almost into the realms of taking a point of exhaustion.
Okay.
Like you are feeling like
You are.
you're winded.
Yeah.
Getting plucked by a
Welcome,
wyvern.
welcome back. It's good to have you back.
Thanks.
Yeah.
He's basically.
There's
half
no way.
asleep.
There's no way that I could go home and face Mara and be like, "Hey, Jill, sorry." No. So anyway.
Sorry.
Oops.
A moment, please.
He's like lying on the ground.
If you notice, we have a certain friend back, and he remembers you having a certain name. So if he calls you RD, please don't kill him.
He's too tired to care. He's not human, right?
Does he
It's
look
Bemis and
human?
Shelfan.
So right now, no.
And Arterar passes out promptly
I pull up his
on.
cloak and tuck him
That
in.
means-
On the stone floor.
There,
Literally,
Arterar.
like kind of like in a, almost like a cat.
Oh, you curled up in a cat ball.
Somewhere between cat and fetal position
Yep,
on the
something like
stone
that.
floor.
Somebody scritch him behind his ears.
No, that's a
No,
moral.
no,
That's a moral.
I wouldn't say no. if
Maybe
somebody
go
did
grab a
that.
glob of lava, put it next to him, keep him warm.
Oh, that's
do that?
helpful.
No.
I have fire resistance. I'm not fireproof.
All right. So what are the rest of you guys going to do?
Eat more chocolate. This is
Could you also throw one in the direction of your DM? Thank you.
That is called the old DM bribe.
That's exactly.
That's why I made him a martini before
see,
he no.
I'll let Thomas reach for that first.
I
right?
did. Yeah, I did.
Let's see who wants to die the least.
I'm pretty sure I want to die.
Thomas just
I've already had a reincarnation, so
got an inspiration point there.
I don't know. I haven't done anything inspiring yet.
I'd say that we
Bribe the DM.
rest and then we should, when
we
we
should
get
rest,
up, we
yes.
should discuss when and where we need to go. Do we need to try to go back to Luskin, but actually hit the date we wanted and not in the middle of the pirate incursion?
It's the usual question of should we stay
Or should we
go
go?
now?
Should we stay?
Do we want
Should
to go before or after the pirating?
I prefer to not be there for
the
that
pirating?
again.
Yeah, I agree.
No.
I think when we originally were aiming for was a couple days after that. Good night, Arterar.
Yes.
No, we've slept. This is the morning. Morning.
You have not slept yet.
Oh,
I
no.
thought I said that we were gonna rest and then discuss where and when we
Your
went.
group did not decide you were going to sleep.
Go ahead. So we'll sleep.
I would not have walked out if you had said you slept.
Where we slept.
You do?
Yeah, let's sleep first, then we'll talk about it. We need to be fresh.
No, at this morning.
Wait, is there catnip in that pouch?
maybe.
Oh.
No, but there's catnip in this pouch.
Are you
What?
taking
Wait,
a
what?
full long rest?
Someone cast cat nap.
I do vote.
I did
has
not
got-
take that.
I vote we take a long rest.
All right.
We some of us did cast spells during that time.
Some of us also died.
All right.
Those are good.
Some of us transformed into wyverns and had him sitting on their backs.
Yes.
Yeah. Think about that.
Bemis butt.
You can tell me that. You can tell him
My
that story.
butt was on her back.
All right. You all have no problem falling asleep.
I'm plagued by nightmares of Bemis's butt.
The
being
problem
is
is remaining asleep. I need everyone to go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw, please.
19.
20. Wait.
I need you to do the thing you're best at.
20.
This isn't having sex.
The second best thing I'm good at.
Sleeping with or without people?
I'm good at sleeping.
16.
16. Stel?
19.
19.
21.
21.
19.
19. You don't actually wake up, but you are plagued by nightmares of a large demonic form, similar to that some of you saw clawing up out of the abyss at the tavern where you first met.
I vaguely remember that.
You get a good sleep, but your mind is not necessarily at rest, though physically you do get a good sleep.
Do we wake up a level higher?
As you wake up,
The demon climbing represented your XP.
The thing. He's trying to do the thing.
So would you like that on the back?
How players ruin the GM's moment.
seriously, I am like so trying to be descriptive and like all of the things that
sorry.
the good DM threads say you should be.
I think
like
there needs
I'm
to be
looking
a-
at that picture in my mind.
I think there needs to be like a supercut because this happens a couple of times.
A supercut?
Of these moments where you're doing like this really cool thing and then one of
Where
us does
you have the
something
face. The
Yeah.
face that is in the meme.
accidentally.
Well, there was one earlier today. The GM introduced a character. His name is Pono. Wait, porno?
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 What's his last name? Brown chicken, brown cow.
All right.
So we have a dream of a demon.
So you have a dream
Yep.
of a demon,
You're welcome.
a very large demon.
That would be a dreamin'.
You have a dream,
Dreaming man. Sorry.
and in particular, Shal Fan. In your dream, the demon picks you up and just swallows you in the light that you possess, and you fade to darkness as you are consumed by the demon.
I wake
And
up
as
in
you
a
do
cold
that,
sweat.
you wake up in a cold sweat,
Wow.
and you
Oh,
look,
God.
and the stone that you are sleeping on, it's much lighter.
Is it wet?
The sun
Yeah.
glaring down from the sky blinds you in your angelic eyes as you awake.
Rub my eyes.
Also, the pressure on your wings lying on your back hurts a bit. You stand up and you see the rubble of a building in the distance. And you are on a street corner of a demolished town square.
I pinched myself. Am I in my dream?
You look around, and as you look around this town square, you see the corpses of 16 humans encircling a building, and it looks familiar.
Do I see any of my friends?
As you look around, you do not currently see any of your friends.
Just kidding.
In a moment, a flash. It's almost as if reality pushes outward with force and then sucks back in. And there you see Anaxum lying on the ground. As you awake, the warmth of the sun warms your body. You open your eyes and you look over, and Shalfan, in his true angel form, is looking around, looking straight at you.
Here you go.
No one else is here.
Nobody else is there.
I'm Shalfon.
Yep, you are Shalfon. You can also remove the sanctuary game pieces.
Sanctuary.
As you are no longer in sanctuary.
My friend.
Well, at least you two are not.
Wake up.
Mis amigos.
I'm not a morning person.
Those people that we saved.
I start petting his face. Snooze button.
Like, stop talking.
Those people we saved have perished.
As you're looking over, you see reality push out with force again, and Arterar apparates to the ground, lying down, still almost looking as if he is lying in a casket, just straight out like a plank.
That's just
Cool.
how he sleeps.
You awaken, the warmth of the sun warming your body. It's not like you're a drow. As I say this, Yorvin, you appear on the ground. The warmth of the sun blinding you.
Oh gosh, it hurts.
Can't see.
Take the hood and put it all the way over my head.
And for the sake of time, everybody appears with that same exemplary apparating description of forcefulness pushing out reality and then appearing on the ground.
Okay.
That's not the snooze button, bro.
You did the opposite.
Those people have perished that we saved.
Does anybody want to roll to give a shit?
Yeah, where are we?
Yeah.
When are we?
You don't actually have to
What
roll to give a
modifier
shit.
do I
There's no
have?
modifier.
I mildly give a shit.
We're
They're
back.
humans. Yeah, they're.
They're humans, but we told them that we'd help.
Back to
You
where
would
we
protect them
started.
if they followed a
we
Rishkigal.
told them we would protect them, and then we didn't.
We did not.
That
protect
is a
them.
shortcoming of your deity.
Are we-
Rishkigal may not have found favor with these people.
I didn't say that.
I'm like, man. What?
You see their bodies are literally encircling the building for which you hallowed the ground on. And they are laying head to toe as if they have been laid out as a circle to surround this
Because
building.
that ain't a message.
What did you guys do?
Is
Moratar.
it
What did
still
I didn't-
in ruins,
Why would you
or
think
is
I did
there a
something?
building?
Moratar,
No,
this
it
is
is
a problem.
still destroyed.
Do you think this is a problem? I think this is a problem. Who put them there?
Who is more powerful than Mother?
Here?
I'm gonna go with asshole dragon.
Who would do such a thing?
The shithead we're supposed to kill.
Who?
Is the ground still hallowed?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably
It
not.
only lasts for like
Since it's
24
Well,
hours.
I'm asking you, Arterar. Did you tell?
Can I tell, based on the passage of time?
As you reach out to get any sense of divination magic from your deity, Mortar's mother, you
Mommy.
Mama's
Mommy
amazing.
in-law.
Not the mama.
The dice.
you do not have a sense of her divine energies about the space.
Okay.
Though there is a presence
I love presents.
currently.
It's not me this time.
There's a presence
Bad.
currently.
Have you guys never heard of Krampus?
There's a presence about the ground that is
Okay.
not that of your deity.
Okay.
So a different kind of evil?
Someone has
So-
desecrated her space.
Is that a thing?
Who would be the most anti-Erishkigal?
I don't think it necessarily has to be anti-her.
Make a
It's
religion check.
anti-us.
Like, is there a celestial billboard that's saying this property
Da,
belongs
da, da,
to?
da, da.
Yeah. Somebody else
It's
is
a
like,
Big
"Fuck
fat
you."
neon sign that says
23.
23. You do not actually get a sense of anybody on this plane in this point in time. In your knowledge, there is nobody who's even aware of a Rishkigal in this plane, in this time.
Okay.
So other than the bodies, are there any visible signs of what might have happened, like runes or drawings? Did somebody take their blood and kind of draw on the walls? Anything like that?
Yeah, how does it look like they died?
It says "fuck you all, love Bellicor" in the middle of the circle.
That's what I'm asking. Yes.
Make an investigation roll, please.
See, now that's good. That is a 11 plus 15 is 26.
26. You look about the ruins of this building, and you look in particular detail at the corpses, looking for any signs of like ruins or indications of who might have done this. As you look at the corpses, the bodies have been completely drained of blood. It's almost as if all they've been dehydrated entirely.
I point to everybody that they've been exsanguinated because I like that word.
Ooh,
exsanguinate.
Wow,
I need
fancy.
everybody to make an intelligence check to see if you understand what the word insanguinated is.
Exsanguinated means.
Just gonna say, well, the real me doesn't.
21.
Moritar is a very intelligent DM.
If you're lucky, I'll use defenestrate later.
Oh, that's my. That's still one of my
that's a
favorite
good one, too.
words.
The DM might need to roll for that one.
I don't know, but I rolled a natural 20.
I rolled
Okay.
an
An
8.
eight?
I rolled an 8.
And he's pretty stupid today. He rolled
Yep.
a 6.
Oh,
Yeah.
but you've been true with things.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you know.
Since I rolled a natural 20, I can read this.
You can read the definition.
You can read.
All right.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
I guess I could have just used,
Being a vampire.
clues to figure that out.
Yeah.
My
Context.
clues
Context.
pointing that
Right.
way.
Right. Context would cheapen.
It's a word a day calendar with Stell.
Oh,
as
so
you
good.
Thanks, Del.
realize that all of the blood, the moisture in these bodies has been completely removed from them.
Yeah.
You see in the very
Moist.
center, as you look up on this mound, there is
Stop it.
a colander, like not a colander,
More of a
but like
sieve.
See, now I'm immediately going to the flying spaghetti monster.
It's not a colander. It's more of it's a vessel of sorts.
Borrow.
It appears to be made out of glass, and it is
Vessel. I
full
don't like that word.
of blood.
Oh.
Let's swim in it.
So definitely some kind of ritual here. Blood, no blood.
Then make a religion check.
Go ahead.
Can we tip it over?
Let's not touch it.
Let's destroy it.
A 17.
It does not appear to be any religious, like any kind of a religious ceremony
Like a
that
culty thing?
that Shalfan would have any kind of knowledge of.
Can I make
Including
any
the
either
adversaries
religion or
of the
history
light.
check?
Can I
No
check?
adversaries of the light.
That you don't know any
That I
of the
don't-
adversaries.
Oh, I don't.
No, you know them.
Right.
None of them that you know
Okay.
would perform a ritual in this manner.
Can I check if I know anything about?
What would you like to roll?
I spent a lot of time in a library, so I want to make a
I
history
want to
check.
see if the ritual seems like something I might know about.
Go ahead, Stell, with your history check first.
I spent a lot of time. doing that.
15.
15. He did. You expect this is some sort of necromancy. That there's something. The ritual that may have occurred here may have been looking to pull life and put it into another vessel.
All right, I share that with
I'm a
everybody.
vessel. Oh.
I share that knowledge with everybody.
Does anything suddenly come back to me?
What do you suppose
Book
that
of Vile
vessel would be?
Darkness?
Yeah, nothing from that. No.
What do you all think that vessel might be?
Well, we know what happens here in the future. So could it be the creature that makes those chains appear?
The nasty squiddy thing?
This
Yeah.
could be the very origin.
Could it be the giggler? is everything. That was loud enough for everybody to hear, Eric.
That's another supercut right there.
So
I need to go to Midas.
I think Eric gets inspiration from that, by the way.
Yes.
my first thought is there's this giant container of. Do we knock that over?
I don't think we should.
Well, I think the ritual is done.
The ritual must be completed at this point.
Or somebody would be here.
What?
But, I mean, it can't hurt to desecrate the remains of the ritual.
I feel really good about that.
Firebolt.
Wait, before we came here,
We should at
Yeah.
least burn the bodies.
Okay.
At it.
Go ahead and roll the hit.
I hide behind
I'm
more.
gonna firebolt the bodies too. I want to burn the bodies. I mean, that's only right.
One thing at a time.
Yeah, one idiotic move at a time.
As soon as he starts to cast a spell, I hide behind Moro.
hey,
Okay.
A 7 to hit.
7 to hit. Yeah, you just. Pew!
Yeah.
It's like.
And I was all like,
Pew, pew, pew. Nope.
Nope, not at all.
No, not with a 7.
Me?
All right.
You're going for the bodies?
Yes.
Mhm.
What am I
You just roll to hit if you're using Firebolt.
with my spell attack?
Yep.
Yes.
he's a bit with favorite.
29.
You hit a body and it just ignites. And you just see they all just light it up. Yikes. The corpses
Light it
are all, there's a circle of fire.
I mean, it's just sanitary.
And as the last one
and
ignites-
proper to do that.
I need everybody to go ahead and roll a perception check.
I think he just completed the ritual.
I just made a portal, guys.
18?
Perception.
18.
18 as well.
18.
18.
22.
Yeah, you all just instantly, for some reason, decide to look at the vat of blood. Like, there's a circle of fire, and you're like, nope, seen plenty of fire. Let's look at that vat of blood, which starts to boil, and you see something rising up.
This
Oh,
was
no,
a great
no, no, no.
idea.
I draw my bow.
Moritar!
does it look like that
You
demon
tried it
in my
first.
What the
It does
thing?
not look like a demon in your dreams.
Okay.
It is,
Do I look tasty? I understand.
as you all look, because you have an 18 or
No.
higher, you all look. It is a form without feature, but it is a humanoid form that
Get it.
stands up, and you see the jaw just pull open, and a mouth forms, and you hear,
This is like a Voldemort kind of.
and it disappears.
Oh no, that asshole.
What did you just do?
I didn't. I was burning the bodies because that's just the
Literally
right
just
thing to do.
completed the ritual. Oh God, I love it when you guys do stuff like that. You're your own worst enemies.
Again, why did I spend 2 years trying to get back to
Actually,
the group?
I mean, so here, metagame side for the moment. If you had nuked the blood, if you had actually hit, you would have completely changed everything in time.
Damn it.
God damn it. If you lit the bodies on fire, you
I
would
created
complete
the
ritual.
continuity.
That would create the continuity. So,
I kept shit together, not in the right way.
You know, my first thought was to do a gentle repose on the bodies. What would that have done? I'm just curious.
gentle repose.
Yeah.
Nothing. They would have been happier.
Yeah, that's good. For 10 days.
Less smelly.
Oops.
I was gonna put holy water on.
What if I swam in the blood instead?
That would have been interesting. There would have been some rolls there. All right, so
anything except for start the ritual.
as that happens, the humanoid form just disappears, and the flames instantly drop down, and the bodies are left just a pile of ash, an ash ring around this building. Make a perception check.
Can I scatter?
No, I'm
Out
just
of
going
the
to do
circle?
a yell.
You do a yell.
Yeah. Shit.
All right, perfect. Yep, that's good.
A what check?
23.
And everybody needs to make a perception, even if you're yelling shit. You
All right.
can make a perception roll at disadvantage.
Perception roll disadvantage for me?
Yeah,
9.
because you're too busy thinking.
I'm too
about
busy
shit.
yelling.
I want to go around and start scattering the ashes to break the circle.
I still rolled a 17 in
Cool,
perception.
good. Stel,
21.
21.
16.
Yeah, you all feel the ground just sort of starting to move and shake.
Except for me, because I'm floating, so I don't.
Right,
feel it.
you don't really feel
And
it
I-
as you
and I
go
rolled a
over.
9.
As you walk over to try to dust the ashes away, you see the ground break underneath them, and they just fall.
Well, that's one way to do
And
it.
Wow.
the whole foundation of earth around this building, where this ashen circle has enshrined this space, breaks away, and everything sort of crumbles in to the foundation of the destroyed building. And you see underneath a pit that is wide open. You guys are just kind of hovering over this pit now, kind of in a very like Wile E. Coyote. Oh shit! I just ran off.
Don't look down.
But you're not falling at this point.
At this point,
What would you like to do?
back up a little.
I'm gonna Wile E. Coyote and look down.
Okay, you look down and you feel solidness below you, but you see a vast crevasse.
Stomp.
A crevasse.
There's resistance.
Is it a chasm?
What's that?
Is it a chasm
It's a
A
crevasse.
chasm.
or a chasm?
A chasm.
It's a pit of despair.
Oh, good.
Pit of despair.
So
Let's leave this out of the good exploits for the Knights of Eldermythe
wait, we have
stories.
good exploits.
Yeah, this was bad.
We let those people die and we use their bodies.
Like,
to,
oh, we didn't let them die. They died while we weren't here.
That's true.
They died while we weren't here,
But who set up the thing?
He was gonna kill him anyway. Probably.
How?
He's the answer to every shit thing that happens.
But how did he?
I have
know?
a stomach bug,
Bellacore.
Or is Giggly Dude
shoved
behind
my
Bellacore?
Bellacore.
Giggly Dude might be behind Bellacore.
Giggity?
I don't know if he's behind him, but
Not Giggity Dude. That's a different game.
Next week on the Knights of Eldermythe, Giggly
Quagmire.
Dude.
Giggity.
The Adventures of Bogai and Giggity Dude.
Oh, no.
It sounds like a buddy cop drama from the 80s.
That does totally sound like a bite.
All right, what are you
Okay.
guys doing?
Freaking out.
Run into where there's actual
I'm gonna back up.
All right,
We're
you
gonna
all
all
sort of
take out
solid ground.
back
There's
away
ground.
off the solid chasm
The solid not ground.
and make your way back out to the outskirts.
How can there be a chasm that we can walk across? What the shit is that?
Magic?
We should have gone back and got our ASI.
We still can.
Ringy dingy.
Well,
One ringy dingy.
okay, so we started the ritual. We've got
No, I think we finished
dead
the
bodies.
ritual.
We finished the ritual. We got dead bodies.
Listen, I was just
We've
trying.
we hallowed the ground with Pascal, and
We
now
pulled a moral.
I
now
was
we need
trying
we need to go back.
to dispose of the bodies.
We need to go back and
Well,
So going back is the story of our lives.
it seems
Like,
to be the story. of
We
our
are
lives.
constantly in a mode of retreat.
and that retreat is through history.
It's because we have no plan and we don't know what we're doing.
So
This far, no farther.
we need a plan. I asked
I
asked
am
for
the
input, but nobody has any thoughts.
That's because we still have no idea what we're doing
Right,
and we
and
have
then
no
I
way to
don't-
find out.
You all agree to it, and then you wonder why things go wrong.
Nobody agreed to burning the bodies.
Nobody stopped me.
I just chose not to.
let me just dive in front of you next time.
You know, honestly, they were dead, and it's the thing you do with dead bodies. You burn them.
Yes, but you could have let me bless them first.
We could have dragged him out of the circle.
So their souls move on to the light.
Their souls are gone. I've got news for you.
Okay.
So here's lessons learned. Maybe a little slower on the trigger finger.
Ah,
Gentlemen and otherworldly beings.
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
How, if this is Bellacore, how do we stop him?
We kill him.
How do we do
I
that?
have no fucking clue.
Anaxu.
We need to find him,
Yes.
But then
and
how do
we
we
need
kill
to attack him in a place where he does not have the advantage.
So we already brought him out into the open, and he went.
He fizzled.
So we need to bring him somewhere where he doesn't have the advantage.
And where we do.
I've got some ideas. They're not good.
That was not Bellicor.
No, that was that asshole that blew up our boat.
Yes.
That
Yes.
wasn't me.
But how much time has passed?
Like 10 minutes.
It's like been moments. It's only been about 2 or 3 minutes at this point.
Is there a way that we can probably go back in time about 5 minutes, come back, and make sure that we don't do this again? Wouldn't that be the simplest thing? Trap the being that is the blood thing.
How?
Magical means.
Do you have those magical means?
All I can do is illusions.
Okay, wait. So we leave. We come back just before.
We got here.
Okay. Well, that's just fucking
Oh,
confusing.
man.
Because then when we got here, that shit wouldn't be there.
And then we would have no reason to go here before we got here.
Do another take.
Redo. So you want to go back just before we got here,
2 takes.
and like maybe just take the bodies and scatter them out of the circle.
Oh
And
no! We're gonna light the bodies on fire again.
We're gonna bless them.
And then we're gonna. And then.
But you all just gave me shit
Don't
for doing
light
that in the
bodies
first
on
place.
fire.
Now we're going to do it again.
The giggling. We get the giggling thing.
But
How?
he disappeared very fast.
Or we don't light the bodies on fire. We break the circle, and we get rid of the blood that's in the thing.
What if the giggling thing is the key to all of the crazy things?
It is, because he keeps popping up in different places.
This is the 3rd time we've seen him.
Hey, we could go back to when we were on the ship and just.
That's not back, that's forward.
Only then he wouldn't have been on an. Then he wouldn't have been on an island by himself for 2 years.
Which affects our past,
Yeah, it does.
relatively speaking.
Yeah, I'm great at
Which
ideas.
would
Time
erase
travel.
what we become.
Or would it?
Continue to do this.
Did you?
We have yet to actually find out,
If
without a doubt, what happens when we change our own past.
you or
Okay, stop talking.
see,
Great, we're not doing that.
I'm sorry, Jason. What are you saying?
I'm saying that to this date, we are not still sure what happens when we change our own past.
Yeah.
Because when we do, it becomes a part of our past, and that's what we remember. We know what happens to other people when we change the past because we've observed that your ex-girlfriend remembered and then forgot that there was a gnome that was a Knight of Eldermythe.
Orin, yes, I remember.
Right, him.
Yeah.
I never remember his name, damn
I
gnome.
left his dead body and
We
we ran away.
But we remember him,
But we could be
Mostly.
infinitely
mostly.
continuing
Kinda.
to travel in time to stop all these occurrences, and we haven't stopped anything.
Sort of hurts my brain a little bit.
Yes, hurts mine too because we keep going back to
But
fix things.
It hurts my brain, and my brain is bigger than all of yours combined.
Hey,
wait, what?
Hay is for horses.
at the end of the day, the common denominator that we all have is the present, because we don't know the future.
Love presents.
We know the past. We've affected the past. We've interacted with the past. I helped create the damn past with that damn dragon. But
our past is not the world's past.
We know the future of these hallowed grounds is the Black Temple. We know the future of that.
if in our collective present day we defeat Bellicor, then he will then be stopped. Because if we try to go back and stop him,
So what you're saying is if we will have had killed Bellicor before any of this happened, that it might not have happened.
But
will have happened.
But when do we go back to do
I
that?
will have might not actually said that.
The question is though, when
If you never had the opportunity to say
I actually
that,
worked this
then
out.
would you have gone back to
In order
kill him
to
before
properly
you ever-
deal with the tenses necessary, we have to have 47 tenses instead of like 6.
there's
Very
two
tense
there's two
situation.
things. One, when in the present-ish would we do that? Because some of us, our presents are different than the others.
Right.
We're not all from the same time.
Right.
And
You-
B, we could go back when he is just a teeny little demon and kill him.
He is the first demon. If you kill him, you would never exist.
Fuck.
God,
But if we kill him after, then existence.
Right after I'm born.
And Stell and I
Wait.
think Arterar are 100 years before my timeline. I think.
Hold on, I have this drawn out.
You guys are before me.
Wait, are you saying I'm related to that asshole?
Yorvith is very
Just
much
as
before
late.
us, but I believe. Oh, Bemis, you were with them too.
Remember, you are from a different plane of
I'm
existence.
not related to that asshole. I am not related. Let's go back and kill him.
It's much the same as a chicken is related to a Tyrannosaurus Rex. I mean,
The egg came first because dinosaurs laid eggs before there were ever chickens.
When does
Continue.
it stop?
All right,
We kill him.
Stell actually draws this in the air with a so you all can see it.
This is why I love my buddy Stel.
Stell actually draws this in the air with his cantrip. This is the timeline. This is where we've done things. This is what we know. These are the timelines. These are the times. You would have to add 1300, which is where we are right now, to this timeline to make it makes full sense, because I originally designed this a little while ago, but
He thinks that makes sense.
it does.
Oh, Stel, I love you.
if we treat my timeline, because I think the farthest into everybody's future.
Yeah,
Or
you're-
everybody's.
Yeah, you're 60.
You were born the latest of all of us. Correct.
If we treat my timeline as the zero timeline, the present day, then if we killed Bellicor then, everything that we've done to this point to killing him will remain the same. Our lives will be the same, and the histories that we know will all be the same.
And that'll
But
be
if
we think that'll be the end?
if we go back and remove Ryusai from the past,
Yeah.
or try and stop Bellicor's resurrection at some point when I can't remember any names right now. Remember my symbiote?
Yeah,
Apparently he helped resurrect Bellicor.
asshole.
Why
But
would he do that?
it was a situation much like this. He was lured into a trap and his life force was used against his will. And then that corrupted him and turned him into that dark force that took over me.
I have a question.
Hmm.
So the voice told us that we had to go back
And fix.
and fix the tears in time.
Fix the tears in time, yes.
What the shock does that mean?
Well,
We should have asked when he told us that.
I feel like
I think
whenever
we
we
did.
ask him for clarification, we get to this giant sigh of
Foolish
like,
mortal.
Yeah, gee, I can't imagine why he would do that.
oh God, I have to answer your stupid questions. Ugh. And he doesn't answer. He just sighs and then gets quiet.
I did share the timeline with all of you via Discord, so if you want to look at it, you can.
Voice from beyond, very angsty.
We still have your screen, Jason.
That
That's because I'm switching it back.
Hey, there we are. Look at that.
us. That makes me think of something that's not true but funny. Forget it.
so we have to figure out the time tears and if we have possibly stopped them. And
You know, there's actually another mystery here.
History is a mistake.
We fell asleep in Sanctuary.
and woke up here.
Yeah, nobody rang the bell.
Or
We didn't go upstairs and do anything.
Like, yeah.
So how did we get here?
It's a dream.
Maybe we are in a dream state.
I walk over and pinch Shalfan.
Oh, thank God you didn't.
Ow, the hit.
I'm like, thank God you
well,
didn't
the hit.
pinch me.
Unless
P.S. It's in the thigh because he's a half.
22.
22. Is a 22 hit?
Yes.
Yeah, you pinch him right in the kneecap.
Ow!
Should have gone for the thigh.
Did anyone?
I think you're awake.
Did we get evicted? Maybe.
Huh? Obviously, it's not a dream. We're here. I don't know. I'm very perplexed.
So I suppose, I mean, he's on to something. If we came back just before now, and instead of lighting the bodies on fire and apparently completing the ceremony, we break the circle and do something else with the situation, and then we could stop whatever that laughing.
I mean, we could try, but why would we do that if we did that?
To not do that.
I'm my reasoning for trying to do this is to then interrogate, torture this
Giggler.
being to maybe give us some answer.
Okay, but there's still a question of how do we trap it?
I have. Did you forget it?
Does anybody have the ecto?
I have telekinesis.
Out of Luke's resilient sphere.
I could try to hold it in place.
Something.
Is it
I
weird
mean,
to anybody else?
pretty sure illusions aren't going to help.
Probably not.
Hey guys,
The
none of
I
you
could shoot it.
The only thing that I know of that's powerful enough to keep something in its place for many hours is Moro's groin.
Ah!
Still actually starts laughing out loud. Because that is so funny because it is true.
all true. All true.
As you are having this conversation, you feel the ground shake again.
I feel the earth move under my feet. Sorry. Uh-oh. Guys, hey, remember when that happened and then some giant thing crawled up from the ground and then I was stupid for like an hour?
Yeah, don't be stupid.
I have just a random comment. It may or may not be entirely related or not, but did anyone else, when Mr. Laughing Guy was on the boat, did anyone else notice what he actually looked like?
It looks like a moon elf.
Lou?
That is weird, right? Have you seen any other blue people around?
I mean, I've heard of them, but I've never met any.
Just saying. It's weird, right? Nope. It's like pink. Nice try, though.
Pink skin. Oh my god, you're an Andorian.
You're
I'm
people
keeping-
colored.
Eric, I am keeping an eye out for whatever might be occurring from the rumbling ground.
I'm just gonna see about a thing.
While he's seeing about a thing.
Seeing about an
right.
illegal thing.
So you guys are having this conversation. You look as you're conversing, you're kind of looking around the grounds. There doesn't seem to be much of anything for people at this point.
Hey guys, it's the apocalypse. And we
I
helped.
feel
And
fine.
we helped.
Yeah.
So the options are we go to find Bellicor in your time, we go to find Laughing Asshole somewhere, we go back just a few moments ago and try to stop Laughing Asshole in the first place. Are those our options? Do we have other options?
I'm exploring some more.
Shelly has more options.
Question is, did we fix the tear?
How?
I don't
I
fucking
know.
know. How are you supposed to know if
This kind of looks like another tear.
Unless it's the birth of the temple.
Pretty sure maybe we just
There
tore
wasn't a
the
big
hole and made the whole
bag around the temple.
Maybe it's there it is right there.
There was no big hole in the ground around the temple in the future.
We probably have altered the future.
Well, yeah, we do that.
what
We just don't know how.
future. Oh.
You hear the ground shake again. It's a different sound though. It almost, as opposed to the sound of earth falling away and fracturing, it sounds like earth coming together.
Oh, look, we're stitching things together. It's great.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
I think this could be the birth of the temple.
Great. How do we stop it? We go back
we
5
can't.
minutes.
Do the wee thing. Take a pee on it.
What?
You used to pee on the lava.
Oh yeah, that smelled terrible.
No, we
Take
have
a wee on
we
it.
Why
can't-
did
we
you
can't-
do that?
We can't let the.
Living in the woods help, just how I was.
What are you talking about?
I'm so glad you're beyond
They're
that.
talking about back in the.
Note
Oh, God!
You have
Note-
no idea what they're talking
Note
about.
to
Shalfan.
self.
Oh, that's right.
Note to self. Things to tell
That was Pete and
Marikash.
Adam game.
Since
Answer him, Jason.
One time, Arterar peed on the magma.
There's actually a hole. The hole that I liked.
I am not going to tell her that. Not going to tell her that. I'll just skip that one.
What are you guys gonna do?
Cry.
So far,
You know, those of you with divine like,
known about us.
guidance
Why don't we go
really
after
don't get
her?
much divine guidance.
I can.
Hey, Delea, what? So,
I
tell
can
us
talk
about
to my
ourselves.
God.
That's yeah.
I know it's been like a week, but I'm like.
Eric, in my
I'm down with this.
Eric, in my research, did I read anything about this when I was researching the Knights of Eldermythe?
Oddly, no.
What about when you read the book?
So I tell everybody that
But when you
this
read
is
the
not in the lore of the Knights of Eldermyth.
Was there
Well,
anything?
because they don't know we did it. Because we pieced out.
I do believe about 20 minutes ago you did say we should probably leave this out of our lore.
Mention this to no one. Great.
Choices, man. Choices.
All right, we have to do something. I can't sit here while the ground shakes and we don't know what the fuck we're doing.
How did we leave Sanctuary?
I asked that already. I have no idea. You still have the bell, right, Morrow? Just making sure.
What if we go back?
To when and where?
Back
to
again.
Sanctuary.
And then
We can at least figure out in a safe, stable, not collapsing or building.
wait, you say in a safe, stable place, but we were asleep there and now we're here. So is that a safe and stable place?
I mean, now we're awake.
Maybe
We weren't when we got here.
Can we?
But I mean, I understand your thought process, and it seems like it makes sense.
Do we feel that that creature knows us? Knows of us?
So here's the thing. So by the way that he
Giggled.
laughed when we encountered him
It was a curious laugh.
in the middle future of where we are now, when he was on that temple that we're supposed to be destroying, but apparently created. And he laughed at us in a really weird way that made me feel like he knew us, which was weird because we haven't met him yet.
Except for
feel-
now we have.
Do we know his name? We
yeah,
feel
so
we
I
know
see
his
where you're
name.
going.
So I remember what he said he called himself when I found my notebook, but that doesn't necessarily mean that
That's his name, yeah.
his.
The rules
Especially
of the
since
game
he
is
was pretending
whenever
to be
gives out your
something
real name.
that
Right.
he wasn't.
Correct.
Which is why I love all of you, but you all don't know my name.
Name.
Shut up, Stell.
You all know my name.
I probably wrote laughing guy, so please hold.
In the meantime, as you survey the ruins of Luskin, you see that every district in this time, this space, has been destroyed. What little may have been left in the buildings that were not completely obliterated has been looted and vandalized to the point where there is nothing of value, there is nothing of substance left in the entire city of Luskin.
If you think we know the name.
You can clearly see out the bay.
Wow. If you think we know the name of this creature, I can seek guidance from the light.
I swear to God, I wrote it down.
That when we go back in time and ignite these bodies again, there's a possibility I may be able to keep him here. If the light grants me, if you know his name, if the light grants me.
But why would we even do that? What if we don't light the bodies? If we're doing that anyway.
Well, if we don't light the bodies, then.
Or maybe we can try to find out where this creature is now.
Maybe he knows where. Maybe he knows how we get to Bellicor.
Right. That's the idea.
That's why
I do have a name written
if
down.
we trap him here,
not
we can
familiar
talk
to me, and I think it might be that name. Uthra.
That sounds familiar.
Uthra Takeda.
I just want to show Eric what I'm thinking so he knows. Sorry.
It is in the context of the ship, the Arcane Anger.
Yep, that would be the guy.
I have Deberick Strongwind is the ship captain.
Ship captain, yeah.
Grandmore, that was the dude that you were.
Yep.
Yes. Kosagarth.
Yeah. That's a guy that strapped himself in.
I have Yorit is the ship's medic, and then I have Uthra. Takeda. That is one of these things is not like
we don't know his real name.
Roll a history check on the name Uthra Takeda.
Ooh, I'm good at history. 23.
Nice.
You recall that Uthra was the name that was given when Laughing Guy, as you are calling him, was disguised as a female companion of the captain.
Motherfucker. Yeah, because everybody else saw him that way, and
right.
I was like, but it's the blue guy, and you're like, what?
Yeah.
But it's the blue guy.
Yeah. It's nice for our memory to come back. Okay, so then.
So good
That
news.
was the name that was given.
My memory works.
Good news,
Good news, everyone. Bad news,
but-
not his real name.
You're correct.
I wouldn't expect him to use his real name anyway, or her real name, or its real name.
No.
It's a squid dude.
No. He wasn't a squid dude.
At the end, he was
a
a
blue
squid
dude, and he was worshiping the squid dude, and all he wanted in
But
his
he
entire
kinda
life was to
became
get back to
squid-like.
the squid dude and be one with the squid dude.
But he kind of
That's why
became
he blew up the ship.
squid-like when he destroyed the ship.
What?
He kind of like his appearance changed to be kind of squid-like, like an illithid. Like an illithid.
I vaguely remember that as you guys left.
21.
You do recall him
Turning squiddy.
turning into having a squid-like maw,
Right, like an illithid.
What's an illithid?
resemblant of
An illithid is a squid-like person that eats brains.
Stones like tentacles.
They live under the ground. Ask Yorvith.
That's a real thing.
Yeah.
That's weird.
It's just strange.
Well,
This favorite is weird.
I have another option. The one spell I'd need to know his name.
I know what an
One
elephant is.
I don't.
Mora doesn't know what an elephant is.
One could bind him here, and then we could ask him questions.
He wants to bind him.
So we don't know his name. What's the other option?
The one,
We may be able to find him.
One ring to find them.
the one we needed to know his name
bring them
could make
together
him
and
an
unite them.
ally. The other spell we could bind him here, and then we could try and
This is why I don't.
then
tell
we could
anyone
try
my
and
name.
make him answer questions.
It just seems like if we're going to take the risk to go back before any of this happened and try to change it, that we should try to have him not exist.
Or
That seems like a better solution to me.
Wait, but if he doesn't exist, then the brilliant idea that I had of going to the ship and stopping him that whole thing would never have happened because he didn't exist.
So we might as well try.
You told me not to do it because it would fuck up everything, but now
Well, we're already fucked up everything.
You feel again the ground shaking.
I think we should get out of here, and I kind of liked your idea of going to just find Be'lakor in your timeline. Why are we going to find Be'lakor? This is the worst idea. I have some bad ideas. This is a really bad idea.
Yeah.
Somebody talk me out of this.
So after 1650.
Call mother.
Not now.
Call mother.
I haven't even been born. I haven't even been born yet.
Call.
I haven't been born yet. No.
You all just see.
You call.
Okay.
No. Don't do it.
I'm going to pray.
All right.
I'm going to draw some Ereshkigal goodness on the ground.
You're going to draw some swirly goodness?
Yeah, some swirly,
You're just praying. You're not doing
praying.
anything.
I'm not going to try and wish.
And she says, "Who are you?"
Do any of that stuff.
Who are you?
Yep.
Wrong number.
But the thing is, she's a god.
She's alive now.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not alive.
That's fine.
You know
We won't
who
talk
is?
about you.
My asshole brother is.
We won't talk about you. Calling.
No response. You get a busy signal like that, like line disconnected
Oh,
kind
nice.
of a.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Messages are too fat. Please obtain a dialogue.
Yeah, it's strange because the divine energy that you channel, granted to you from Ereshkigal, has been responsive, but your outreach to this deity that has been you have been very close with is not. There's no response whatsoever.
Huh.
As you try to directly phone a friend.
Interesting.
I just look at Ardorar like.
Has anyone phoned a friend and have them not answer? Do you get your lifeline back?
Huh?
I don't
burn
know.
it.
That'd be pretty funny. What?
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 What happened?
Nothing.
Oh,
What do you mean nothing?
Nothing.
See?
I like this.
This is not good.
No.
It's the berries.
Ooh, interesting. All right.
That shit's the berries.
So stop laughing guy from ever existing. Go back to Kokai's present, pre him becoming Onyxun, and going after Be'lakor. What are your other options, and what are you guys thinking of doing? Going to Sanctuary and regrouping there, as opposed to standing here and watching the.
I think
Temple
that going
form
to
for the first
Sanctuary and
time.
discussing
Finding-
the world's problems is probably a good idea.
No, wait.
From
We'll
the
wait.
voice.
Idea. Find
I'm on a hair trigger right now.
find where this thing is, and then retreat to Sanctuary.
Find where what?
Find where there may be a way to find out where this giggler
It's gone.
is.
If we
No.
destroy it, if we destroy him now, it changes everything in the future, including what we have done.
But
But
does
if
it
there's a
fix the
way-
future?
But if there's a way to find out where the giggler is, we might be able to get some answers.
What way?
He said that if we
How can
killed
we-
him, then I could maybe have never
I
gone
have
back
a
home.
suspicion that we won't be able to kill him.
But what way?
I could bind him if we.
Scry.
I could scry on him.
We don't know his name. We don't have any.
But the blood he
Part of him.
right here.
That's not his blood.
Well,
the
he's
people's
made
blood.
of it.
Come on, arcane, sympathetic magic. You have to have a piece of him. His name, something about him.
We have met this
Some
creature.
link.
But you
I
need
know that this-
something of theirs in order to gaze upon them.
Let's find it.
I mean, try.
I
Go
mean,
ahead,
technically,
try.
I think it has to be someone that
So you
you
have to.
met.
So
both-
we
You
get
both do non-arcane magic. Try it. Do it now.
I literally
Cast the
think
spell.
for scrying that it just has to be someone that you know.
Yes.
Cast the spell.
That changes the difficulty of the spell in the mechanic.
So cast the spell.
He has to be on the same plane of his existence.
So cast
That's
it.
what
We don't
that's
know.
What I want to find out.
If you cast it, we'll know.
I'm casting
What
scry.
are we waiting for?
I'm literally putting my hand into the blood, casting scry.
All right. So you have secondhand knowledge of the target that you are currently going for.
We have met the target, so we also have firsthand.
You have not actually met the target that you're scrying on, which is this.
Okay.
Wait.
See, this is my question.
Let's clarify.
On the dude.
Are you scrying on the guy that you have met on the pirate ship, or are you scrying on the body that just formed in the pool of
Logic
blood?
dictates they are the same thing.
But it might not be.
Logic dictates that, but the DM says
Does
no.
not. I'm going to scry the thing. The
Thing that
orb
was just
thing.
created. Cool. You have secondhand knowledge. You've heard of and seen it. You have not had a engagement with it.
Oh, but you just met it, so
Didn't
you
pick up
can't marry
razors or
someone you
anything.
just met.
It's not like so.
Okay.
I mean, I guess it's now.
I haven't even got it yet.
You have firsthand knowledge.
Okay.
You both scry?
Yes.
Yes, but I mean, what?
We won't waste mine yet till we know.
Right. Yeah.
I was gonna say he should do it on the guy he met because he hasn't met the person on that thing you were talking about.
Yeah, he hasn't met the boat.
That's a wise, but I've already cast it, so yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
That would have been a good idea. Yeah.
you can see and hear a particular creature you choose that is on the same plane of existence with you. The target must make a wisdom saving throw, which is modified by how well you know
the target.
the target.
Yes.
All right.
The sort of physical
You can
connection
see
you have
and
to it.
hear, so you just see him going.
We don't know what plane he's on.
It's a JetBlue.
It's an American Airlines. There's no pilot because they're all on vacation.
Okay. You have no response. There's no. You have no.
Because he's not on this plane.
You have no sense of where this
He's on a
creature
direct
is.
flight to Demigorgon.
Squidland.
So you all just see like some magical eruption from his hand in the blood.
Ooh,
Yeah, I know.
ooh
Yeah. See,
my.
I couldn't find a damn other word. I knew somebody was gonna laugh.
What was the NPC's name again?
Quick lightning.
So
Big lightning!
Jesus. So you see it, and then a look of extreme frustration, and then he just starts shaking the blood off his hand. Damn it!
Okay.
Do you need a napkin?
Do you need to? You got a little of that on you. Yeah. It's
Bathed in the
human.
blood of my
It
deity's
is.
followers.
Pretty much. Yeah, I think that's in here.
It's human.
Yep. No, insatiable desire for carnal pleasures, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how that played out. So, what are you guys gonna do?
I'm gonna take this.
I cannot find the creature. Ring the damn bell.
But we weren't all thinking about anything.
You're now back in Sanctuary.
Yeah. Thinking about
He just kind of fast tracked this thing. Okay.
Great. Okay, so now we're here and we can talk without craziness happening around us. It's hard to discuss things.
Yeah, we don't need it.
Great. So, hey.
Stick that right on top of Moritar.
But we still have no voice here, right? Hey, voice, are you here?
Hey, are you there?
Of course not.
Echo.
See? He's so
Could use a little help
Pull
here.
us all together, send us on some kind of wild chase, and then bail on us. I think that's because we suck at this.
If you don't answer us, Arter and myself are gonna pee on every square inch of this place. I've been
Why?
holding
That would
it.
just make the rest of us.
I've got. So here's the thing. He used to talk to us. He doesn't talk to us now. That makes me just think that we've entirely fucked up and he's dead.
Or we're
Whoever
before
it is.
We used to
before
talk
he
about the
exists.
heat in the hole. Maybe it's like a charging system.
Yeah, you should. No, please don't do that. Okay, so we did that. Apparently, we created Squid Guy. Yay us! So now what do we do?
Does anybody have any aspirin?
What?
Because I have a splitting headache.
Like cure wounds on Stell.
There you go.
Mara, you are actually feeling a bit ill.
Oh,
Ellen.
like how?
Do you need to go see the doctor?
He'd be ailing.
The doctor pulls off the mask and is.
Oh my God, no! It's an elven guard. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Oh wait, no. I mean no.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Oh yeah.
No.
Yep.
All right. What are you guys
Turn
thinking? What are you doing?
Jason
No.
says no.
In 4 hours. Yeah.
No.
No means no.
Hello?
No, because no.
So, what are we gonna do?
Arcane anger.
Arcane anger.
What?
The
ship.
You want to go to the
The
ship?
other point where we can capture this thing.
But
think-
how? But wait. Hear me out.
I believe this is a key.
How do we capture him
Hold person.
Exactly.
without? This is gonna sound really bad. Without not destroying the ship. This is the
ship
circus all over again.
Oh no. Do we
He
have
destroyed
to?
the ship.
Do we have?
Yeah,
to
actually, no.
That's the
Hold
thing. He destroyed
on,
the ship
everybody.
by creating a
Destroyed the ship.
portal out of one of the engines.
Right. So hold on, everybody.
He did.
Hold on.
Disappeared.
Wait, he's talking.
Not too dissimilar to the way we disappear all the time.
Anaksun.
Huh?
So the last time we actually interfered in the past to make something happen that was different than what we thought happened, we actually made happen what happened.
Okay.
Wait, are we talking about the circus now?
Yes.
Yeah. We went
Yeah,
back to the
time
circus
fire
because the guy
happened.
blew up the circus, but then the guy never showed up, and so then I had to be the guy and blow up the circus.
Right.
Arterar pulls up next to Molitor
I'm gonna make a history check
and says out
to
loud.
try and remember
Maybe,
if I see any
and
extra
I mean
copies
no
of us
disrespect
floating
by
around
this,
the ship at
but
the
maybe
exact
fire
moment
is the
that he
problem.
disappeared.
That's never the
That is a
problem.
16 plus probably nothing. 16.
That
You saw
was
no
what-
extra copies of yourselves floating around the ship.
That is what happened.
Especially,
Because we were all floating on magic carpets next to the ship.
and also keep in mind that I can be invisible.
I was sort of thinking that, but I don't know if there's that many that exist.
I've got one. You know how I know I've got one? Because I left this in my book, so I remember that I have one.
How big is it? I know it's a personal
Oh.
question.
All right. So,
Oh God, if you
You went there.
literally asked Morrow that out loud, he'd be like, ta-da!
I actually did.
Okay, well,
so
there you
back
go.
to the ship.
Surprise,
and then
everyone.
Back to the ship, and then we could bind him
Yeah.
Not looking.
so he doesn't leave.
Don't look. You don't want to look? No.
For those who are looking,
Not looking.
Do a perception check.
no,
I don't think you need
you
one.
don't need one. Um,
Maybe holding
Jesus. Rails, our game tonight.
We're off the rails time.
All right.
When was this game ever on the rails?
We are debating some pretty heavy things about time and space right now.
It makes my face.
All right. So, no, you did not see any copies of yourselves floating around on the ship just before it blew up, and you sank to 2.5 years of isolation.
With Rocky.
I miss coconuts.
Cuckoo nuts.
Cocoa nuts.
Spelled with a K.
Yeah, you know it.
So the only option we have
Copyright.
with going
That's a
back to
t-shirt.
then is that we would have to not be seen by ourselves. We're very good at this. And
He disappeared in the explosion that he created. So what magic or ability do you have that could actually get him out of that without him going wherever he went?
Before the explosion, I could bind him.
I could
The
use. I
bell.
could cast telepathy.
Bindings are obvious.
But I could cast
The-
telekinesis and pull him to me and ring the bell.
Also visible.
What's visible? He would disappear.
Ourselves would see our.
You see him get pulled away. We did not see him get pulled away from anything.
Right.
We saw him disappear. If
The
an
bell.
invisible
Make a history check.
Can you cast banishment?
No.
You saw him
Allow me
jump
to
into
Think about
a
meditate on that for a
portal
moment.
that had appeared
We follow him through
In
the portal.
the
What
arcane
terrible thing
angers.
could happen?
arcane engine.
Right. He summoned the portal on top of the engine to steal it.
No, he needed the energy contained within.
Same thing.
To
Stealing the engine energy. Same thing happened.
steal it, he just
The
used
portal he summoned was on top of the engine.
Was powered by the
it. In
engine.
the engine. It was
And then he jumped into
fueled
it.
by the engine.
Don't have enough power.
He created a rift in the space-time continuum.
No matter what we do here, we're actually going to change what happened to ourselves in the past.
I don't like the thought of that.
Well, we got to remember when we go there, we're in midst of a battle. And
Yeah, and how many of you can hide in a battle?
not me.
Right.
Okay, so this is a bad idea then. So then what do we do instead?
Then, you know, if we're going to change history, let's go back and stop ourselves from doing what we just did.
What, igniting the bodies?
Yeah.
I don't like that at all.
I think that's
It's the same danger. It's just easier.
Well, yeah, because if we go back to the ship,
roll some kind of.
we're bound.
Can I roll a? Is this just a shit idea?
15 plus whatever.
Natural 20.
You realize that all of Stell's arguments to not go to the arcane anger are just as valid.
Exactly.
In trying to stop.
That's my point.
And so, if it's a bad idea to go to the arcane anger, it's just as bad of an idea to go 5 minutes.
So why would we do the more difficult one?
No, it's just a bad idea. Both ideas are bad ideas. Let's not do either of them.
Convinced Moritar that messing with the past is a bad idea.
So we go back. We go
to the future.
We go back to. I was trying really hard to not say I'm gonna hop in my DeLorean and we are going back to the future.
Huey Lewis in the News is going to play the soundtrack for the next episode.
So where do we go then?
I don't know. Ask him.
We hop in our space train.
If the time rift has been stopped, if we've repaired the holes in time, then we can continue with our other missions. We still have to.
Missions?
Yes. We still have to go back to where Lily was killed. That evil dude who stole my mask and sucked the power out. We still got to solve all that crap.
We still got demons in 1650 attacking the Dwarven Kingdom.
Auntie and all of those demons. That was the next one.
Let's go do that.
And then
can we go kill Auntie and then get that done and then?
But are we sure that we've actually stopped the breaking of the past that we were supposed to stop?
But we didn't kill her then, so maybe that's one of the breaking of the pasts that we have to fix.
God, I wish there was a manual for this.
Dear Knights of Eldermythe. Yeah,
there is.
There is. You
soon.
find a book that talks about all the shit we did.
No, I have an idea.
And then we go do that shit.
After we finish doing what we need to do,
my completed journal,
I'm going to write all of this up, and I'm going to hide it somewhere, and we'll go there now to go get it.
Yes!
We will use the Bill and Ted method of fixing time.
Praise so
Excellent.
I've been writing a journal this whole time.
I feel like Delea knew what we had done. All we need to know is what shock we did, and then go do it.
All we need to know is where would I hide the book that tells us what we did?
Well, where would you?
To fix this.
In that giant library, probably.
Where and when?
That library?
I would have.
Well, it couldn't be after when I was there. It would have to be after I was there.
You just said it couldn't be after you were there. It had to.
It would have to be after I was there.
But.
And actually, a library is probably a bad idea because we don't want anybody else to read it.
Do you think everybody reads those?
Unless I write it in code.
You could. Maybe you left it in my library.
If you wrote it in code,
this is just a ploy to go
home. Yeah.
If you wrote it in code, who would be able to uncode it?
Me. Because I wrote the code.
Okay, but where did you hide the book then?
Where will I hide the book is the question.
Where did you will have right? Wait.
Morrow's library.
I know where you
My
hid.
library.
You hid
I'm
it.
not going back to Morrow's world.
You hid it in the statue that was being built in the center of
The statue
town.
of me?
No, where
The
Beavis,
statue of Venus?
where Beavis went and took the bath. That
You
statue that was
Recall that
being
he is speaking of Blackford Crossing.
Yeah.
The
Actually, no. The best place for me to
Maybe
leave.
you left it with Lily at Blackford Crossing.
Exactly.
I mean, wait.
There we go.
Dahlia. No?
Right, in the
No,
future.
sister.
Yes,
Left it with
she took a different name, if you recall.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, he doesn't recall.
Him,
You
not
don't
so
know.
much.
I don't know
You
that.
don't even know Lily. What are you talking
I don't know.
about?
That's just Pete.
You're
talking.
just babbling nonsense, Shelly.
I don't babble.
What you do? You just did.
I mean, theoretically, if I decide now that I'm going to write a book and we do it later, unless I die, it'll happen. So it should be there.
So let's go visit.
I pull out
Your-
a journal of the Knights of Eldermythe and I hand it to Shalfan. Read.
You want me to read this?
pulls out,
information?
Onyxun pulls out a book,
Okay.
a hand-bound book,
It's bound
and he
for
says,
hands.
"Read this."
Okay.
Sounds like
I-
something out of my
I-
library.
I head in the corner, and I sit down and I start reading.
Okay.
Good. Tell us what we're supposed to do, Shelly.
There are no corners.
Feel free to laugh at the funny parts.
Well,
A circle has
not,
no sides.
not near the lava. That's for sure.
I
I sit down.
All right.
am near the lava because it's warm.
This is your plan. You're going to will have.
I will have written something
We've
and
done
left it
crazier
in the
crap on
future.
less.
That's fair.
Okay.
We're so good.
Telling us what to do.
Guys, we're winning
So
D&D.
how much did you screw up your preparation?
I'm about to find out.
Any different than any other day, guys.
Tell me more. Tell me more.
Tell me more, tell me more.
Well, I won't know what I'm going to write until after I write it. So we just need to go where I'm planning on leaving the book after I write it.
Where are you planning on leaving the book after you write
I'm
it?
going to leave it with my sister. It's going to be written in code
Mm-hmm.
so that accidentally nobody discovers.
And when are you going to get the book from your sister?
I'm going, let's see, we left my sister in Blackford Crossing in 1528.
It would have to be after we'd
The very last time we
seen
left.
her the last time.
Right. So sometime after,
He's had a bit of a wardrobe change.
So
sometime around 1550 would work.
I'm capable of disguising myself.
Around
What?
1550?
why do you have to
Yeah.
disguise yourself?
He doesn't look like himself.
Because then I could leave it in
Dylan, why do you have to
1548
disguise
when
yourself?
the group originally formed.
What? Sorry?
Then I could leave it in 1548 when the group originally formed with instructions to give it to me in 1550.
Okay.
I don't
That's your
know.
plan.
That's my plan.
I mean,
Please hold.
This is a better look.
I need to take some notes.
You look similar. Obviously
But-
very different.
but
and
better.
Changed.
Better.
Yes, it's much better. But I'm worried about Coco Pelli if he'll see the resemblance and
Oh,
Coke and Pepsi.
Copellin.
Cocoa Puffs.
Ellen.
Copellin,
That guy.
the weird guy.
It says it right here in the book.
Oh, yep. Actually, you'll notice that it's spelled every single wrong way.
But he's not always there. He hasn't been there every time we've been there.
The only time he wasn't there was when we went back into the history that didn't exist. Into the history that didn't exist, where we got my armor when, and now we never did.
I could probably pick that up a little late.
Our armor is out of time.
Right.
You're out of touch.
All right. So for the sake of tonight's game, now that we've opened so many awesome wormholes,
Literally.
That's how you work. That's how you.
This is a time travel
You know,
game.
you create a wormhole and you go.
tell
through
me
it.
tell me exactly what you'd like to do now.
So we should go to 1550 to pick up the book that I'm going to write in the future after all to tell us what to do now.
You're going to go to 1550 and pick up the book that you will have written.
Yes.
About how we solved all these
to help
problems.
tell you how to solve all of these problems.
I mean,
Yes.
that is an inspired, you know.
It really is the Bill and
That's
Ted method of fixing
That
things.
is.
Totally is a Bill and Ted method to solve the problem. I fucking love it.
Moral supports this.
This is what,
100%.
so, Eric, this is what happens when you spend 2 hours reading TV tropes.
Yep. All right. Do it. Make it happen.
I mean, technically, we've
All
thought
right.
about this in the past. And
Are we ready to go?
I could show
We want to go to Blackford Crossing in 1550.
Hopefully.
Where?
Elmoric!
Oh no.
Kumbaya.
Outside the temple.
All right. What are you doing, Morrow? Besides having a conversation with somebody in the middle of the game.
No.
Of course not.
Nonsense.
Come on, let's sing Kumbaya.
I don't sing.
Okay.
I'll sing for you.
Great, you can sing for me. Let's all think about the crossing and the time you want to go.
1550.
1550.
Elmoric's Curiosity Shop, here I come.
That's not where I want to go.
Elmoric's Curiosity
How about we
Shop, here I
all
come.
go? I don't know. Where should we all go to?
The temple. Right in front of the temple.
We just appear right in front of the temple.
Sure, why not?
Okay. Well,
I love you still. Okay, great. This is a great idea. What?
I mean, the guards are used to seeing us there.
They're used
We've
to
been there
seeing
like
me.
6 times now.
I can honestly say they're used to seeing me. Eh?
The
In
best whole person
flagrante
spell
delicto.
What?
In flagrante delicto. And that's not a spell.
No. Oh, is the crossing coming? Is that what's
The only place
happening?
Yeah,
remember.
it's gotta.
Oh boy.
Y'all get up on your little pedestal of fun. Actually, you don't even need to. You don't bother. You just ring the bell and you think about the crossing in 1550.
You can ring my bell.
I do, however,
Ring
need
my bell.
product soon. Please roll a d20 for me.
Yeah, because he's going to end up at Elmoric's.
I mean, that's just mostly meant for comfort.
Oh,
That's
but,
really-
you know.
Can you do me a favor? Just pull it a little bit more towards you, just because this is a gigantic map.
It's always nice when a map that you spent a lot of time drawing gets used again. Okay, whoa.
Well,
Okay,
you
now
said,
it's really far.
I hope this map gets used a lot.
It's there, and then I slept with half the town, and it did.
In fairness,
In fairness, my sister's also there, so that also increased the chances.
And it's, I mean, it's.
Despite the fact that you may have children now.
I don't know what you're talking about. That,
Because-
that definitely didn't happen. There's
Also,
wards.
I mean,
That's we're 20 years after you were there last, which means
Oh shit, there's gonna be a lot of blue elves. Oh wait, no. No, there's not, because there were wards to protect against things like that in the place that you don't know I went to.
unless somebody avoided
Anything
those.
to the roll?
Like on
Anything
purpose?
to the roll?
yeah, just the roll.
Why would they do that on purpose?
12. All right.
To have a little blue baby.
That shit's weird. And disturbing. That's disturbing.
What? Like you don't
Really think
already
someone
have a
would do
couple
that?
little blue babies?
What?
You've already got a couple out there.
well, we'll see where you land.
And grandchildren.
That I don't know how to feel about that.
All right.
Wait, you really think they would do that?
Oh yeah.
We have some nice happy trees right here.
It's a nice happy trees.
Still has me
Gonna
concerned.
use some gold number here.
Still has me
Yay.
really concerned.
I'm in the bushes.
All right.
Anybody more chocolates? No.
Yes, absolutely.
Nope, I didn't spit out my wine after he said he was in the bush. I was like, oh my god,
All right.
didn't do it. I'm so good.
I need to make some adjustments for the map.
All right.
Alexun, you're fine.
Woo!
Um,
Where am I supposed to put those? If
You are
anybody
the-
needs chocolate, it's under my chin.
you have less familiarity with the town. However, you do land in the street
Like over here.
by the tavern. Yep. Sort of splitting the difference between Alexun and the party.
Okay.
A little closer to the temple. Fantastic.
Fantastical.
Stel and Moritar and Arterar, you guys are on the steps of the temple.
Sweet.
Shalfan, I need you to replace that figure with the figurine of Bemis, and you are in the fountain.
Yeah.
Taking a bath.
Nope, you're standing upright.
Oh, I'm saying it right. Okay.
All right, you guys appear.
Do we hear that?
You do not.
No,
Aw.
we don't, I don't think we Superman land.
You land, and you're instantly all drawn to look at the fountain.
Oh, because one of the last times I was here, I was sitting out there with Marakash. It was so nice.
Yep. And as you
And,
look,
oh my God!
as you look, the figure of Bemis is standing in the fountain, almost like a stalwart protector.
Oh, this is closed.
The figure is naked.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Shouldn't have
Where's
said-
the eye bleach?
So like I turn around, I'm like, oh God, not again.
Fortunately, there's no anatomy.
Not again. Oh good.
So shiny. Oh.
As you're looking, Shalfan appears directly behind Moritar. And you realize it is a statue that has been erected in the memory of Bemis.
Bemis in the fountain.
That's good. Bemis in the fountain. Nice.
And it has a big like no swimming in fountain. That's what the statue is.
Instead of a sword,
Or
he's
you
holding
see,
a
like,
sign.
Yeah.
family
swimming.
of Dragonborn.
It looks
Have a
as
nice
though
day.
he's actually breathing water.
Oh.
Like his breath. He's like,
I'm glad it's coming out of his mouth. That's the only thing.
there was no anatomy erected on the statue.
More
Wait,
I was like,
erected.
that seems accurate.
Erected. Yes.
Oy vey.
Erected, yes. Choice of words.
Choice of words.
Oh my.
With where you all are, what would you like to do?
I'm following Stel.
I'm gonna knock on the door.
Is the door open?
Is it a jar?
I'm gonna tactical roll my ass in there. And, oh, Marek, how you doing?
Oh God.
You enter the shop.
What the shop?
He looks at you. Older.
Oh.
Except he's an elf, so not much older.
Curious.
Drink this.
I do remember you.
That was my favorite buddy.
I'm well.
Oh, he's
Still
so,
got the roof. That's good. That's good.
He sounds so sad. This makes me sad.
Can I tell how much older? Because he's elf.
He's an elf.
Yeah, so 20 years is like nothing.
But those 20 years,
Crazy shit.
I mean, it sounds boring.
Shit happened, man.
he looks at you. And you can see that he's looking at you in a way that he never has before.
Because now we've met him 3 times.
He's just, yes, strange. Curious, even.
I'm like, he didn't say curious. Oh my God. We fucked everything up, guys.
What can I do for you this time?
Just visiting. Figured I'd, try some stuff.
What do you need?
I don't know.
I was hoping
I
you
still
had some
haven't-
unidentified potions I could drink.
Never figured out what this red gem does.
Let me see.
Given that big red gem of mysterious power.
And he looks at it. And goes, interesting.
I got that in a vending machine for 50 cents.
Did you lose the plastic ring that came with it? No, he hands it back to you and he says, you should be very careful. There is a dark power that is unlocked with that gem.
That's why you're over there.
No, it was been 20 years.
Darn.
That mirror's not going to be there anymore.
Nothing to do with dragons, right?
No.
Okay.
Sweet.
What do you know
Had
about
a-
the red dragons?
Had an unfortunate incident with an old friend.
Tell me more.
I will regale the stories and kind of entertain them for a little while they do their thing.
As you do, he says, you encountered Ryusai the Red.
Hi.
That
I knew him when he was a
talk.
wee little pup.
Curious and curious. Indeed. Where are your friends?
Taking care of business.
Taking care of
Yes.
business.
Every day.
Hey!
Yeah, I'm sure you can hear them now.
Is the door open? Do we
Yeah.
hear him? We all just say, taking care of it.
There's much we should discuss.
You could get more catnip in the market over here.
And bananas.
You don't have a book for us, do you?
Funny you should ask.
Curious.
No. I love Mark.
Well, they do have the greatest.
One of my favorite NPCs to go. All right. Meanwhile, you see Yorvith, you see Anaksun walk into the curiosity shop. You see the rest of the party knocking on the door of the temple. What are you doing?
I'm gonna yell to him. I'm going for a drink. I'll meet up with you guys later.
Okay.
Wow, there you
Fair
go.
enough.
And we're splitting the party.
Don't split the party.
I turn
It's already
and
Three
There-
directions.
I yell up, there's a room you should inquire
I turn and yell to him.
Put it
Don't
on
get
Dre's
lost.
tab. I
Put
won't.
it on Dre's tab.
Can you say that?
Please, please.
I don't think I
Okay.
heard him.
Okay. You all right, you make your way to the tavern.
Yep.
We'll get back to you in a moment. What's left of the party heading into the temple?
I'm sitting with Stell because we're going to see
Yeah, I'm
Lily.
gonna actually not be the wild card right now.
Okay.
Staying with the group.
I'm actually
You're not that
relatively
hard around
serious
anymore.
when it
Not
comes
that
to
hard
Lily.
anymore.
And I'm
Just
not,
taking a moment.
I'm not Beavis
Yeah.
right now. So I'm the straight shooter right now.
Yeah.
Like the guy.
You guys go to knock on the door. And just before your fist lands, the door opens. And in front of you, Dahlia stands. And she just looks and laughs.
I told you we'd be here today, right?
She takes out of her pouch a small leather tome and hands it to you.
Thank you.
I kneel down and hug the shit out of Lily.
I join in that hug.
I'm like, oh my
Take that one.
god. She's like my little sister. I love her.
By the way, what's the date so I get this right?
Today. It's today.
It's midsummer 1550.
Thank you for preserving that book.
How have you been?
It's only been a few years.
How have you been?
It feels like it's been a lifetime.
Well,
It might have been for you.
Might.
I've been well. I've taken over duties of the temple
Oh,
as Quilpelin has moved on to other more important tasks
like
for
what?
Saren, right?
Oh, interesting.
Dead.
Shh.
I'm not there.
I had that feeling, but I'm not saying anything.
Hmm?
Nothing.
What did you say?
I said like being dead.
Hey, Phil Morris.
You're not there.
Exactly.
I'm so pleased to see you.
It's good to see you too, Mortar. I know you all have much to attend to.
I will see you again in 2 years before now. I will have seen you.
Honestly, still, just ignore him. Just ignore him.
He's at a
really.
loss for words.
Or has too many.
Did I tell you the last time I was here that our parents know where you are and that you're safe?
She pulls out a little note from her satchel. With your hand, but not your words.
Okay.
It's truly, I don't still understand the power that you wield.
God, we don't either.
You can see as you look at her, there's a tear in her eye.
With great power comes great confusion.
Confucius says.
It's truly good to see you all again. Is there anything I can do for you?
For a change, we're all healthy.
I know we're not running to you with, oh, Marrakash's arm is cut off, or
How is your daughter?
I haven't. I don't know. I spent a whole bunch of time. You're with us. We spent a whole bunch of time together, and then suddenly got pulled away again. And I'm not sure how they're doing. It's a little unnerving, actually.
We need to go back.
Well, if there's something pertinent, I would have put it in here. So why don't we join Yorvith at the bar and I'll read this.
Yeah. Murderer and her together.
Brown chicken, brown cow.
Shut up, still.
And you're okay with this? He's kind of not that smart.
No, he's very different.
I can see that. Go ahead.
He's changed a lot. Yeah. Please roll a 2.
Yeah. My perception is actually very good.
Please, Artie roll this one.
Even if he rolls a 2, that's like a.
18?
You hear both.
Do I get to roll against it?
No, you hear both. Lily say, but he's not that smart. And you hear Morrow say, he's different. He's much more intelligent.
Oh, he's different, all right.
And I'm proud that he is my daughter's companion.
You're
Message,
welcome.
Moro. Thank you.
You're
proud that he's my daughter's whatever he is.
Shut up.
Moro turn.
What?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Son-in-law.
Well, fantastic. Well,
with grandchild.
What?
Oh, so yeah, there's that too. So
yeah.
In other news, I'm.
You look so young.
Thanks.
Time is.
There's a face cream they have.
Yeah. Oh, there's a bad.
I know. I went there in my head.
Yeah.
So bad.
I'm sure it uses human blood.
New face cream, Elven Guard.
No, the human blood is the aphrodisiac. That's a different.
Lily's just looking horrified.
No, ignore him.
Yeah, Stell's just shaking his head.
We were back in my home for like 2 years, and I got back together with the person that I love so very much, and I have a young son. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
It's wonderful.
And
New life is always good, except when it's not.
Right. Right. And he and Marakash are expecting a child too.
Wonderful.
Uh-huh.
Well, I
Don't.
know your beliefs are not that of,
I know, but
you are welcome to bring your children here to be blessed by the light.
thank you for the generous offer.
Should
That
you
is very
ever
generous.
wish to ask about it.
Thank you for the
Message
generous
tomorrow.
offer.
I'm
I
not sure if
respectfully
great-grandma would
decline.
be okay with that.
Respectfully, being respectful.
Chalfon's encouraging this. That is very the light.
Yeah, I'll
Surrender.
just bring them all here
Bring
from
them upon
Saran.
you.
It'll be fine. Thank you for the lovely offer.
I know it is not your ways, but it is always welcome. You are always welcome here.
Thank you.
This is a wonderful place.
Do you want to stay and meditate for a while?
I might.
Yeah, let's go to the tavern.
Lily looks at Shalfan. Do you have a moment?
I do.
To talk about our Lord and Savior.
I see something in you that I have.
There's
Never
about
seen
7
that.
somethings. No.
There's more.
There's so much more. There's like a
What is it
dragonborn
that I can do for
druid.
Come inside.
The butcher.
We have much to
We'll,
discuss.
we'll come pick you up before we leave.
Or not.
Terrible.
What?
Terrible.
I'm joking, Shelly. Let's go to the tavern.
All right.
Guys.
To the tavern.
Wait, can we stop at the market and I can get some blackberries on the way?
Bananas.
Blackberries?
I'll meet you at the tavern. I want to start reading this now.
Oh, okay. Would it blackberries?
Sure.
Hey. Get me
Okay.
some catnip on the way. No.
Let's not end up in the Fey room this time.
Yeah, that was.
Hopefully, as they walk by, a cloud of like something comes out the door, and you hear, "Oh, curious."
All right. So what are you guys doing?
I
I'm
literally
headed
just
to
want to
join
come
Jarvis.
and get some blackberries and then hit.
All right.
And
Well,
then hit
no, we
back
didn't
to
quite
the-
make it there yet. Shelfon, you're in the temple. You're going to get blackberries. Who's going with Moro? Who's going straight to the tavern?
Going with Moro to acquire bananas.
I hate
They're heading
you.
Of course.
I hate you
So
so
they're heading
much.
that way. You can just leave them sort of right about there-ish.
Oh, you get your kitty.
Stell, you're going straight to the tavern.
Correct.
You enter the tavern and you come across Yorvith, who's already 2 cups in.
I join him at his table,
2 sheets.
and I want to start reading the
They
book.
say the drinking record was set by this half-orc chick.
Ruby? No,
That wasn't here.
All right.
Ruth the Uncouth.
You make your way into the tavern.
Ding.
You sit at the table. Yorvith is 2 cups in.
Was that your jaw snap?
You open the book,
TMJ.
and you are instantly faced with a code that you are unfamiliar with.
Right, because I have to make it up. So I clearly have got to be able to figure this out. I clearly have to be able to figure this out. I'm smart enough.
You are.
I wrote it.
ahead,
And gosh darn it, people like
Here we
you.
go.
Go ahead and roll an intelligence check for the first line of code.
Just a check.
It's an intelligence check.
Okay.
You're not saving against anything. It's just a check.
19.
19. You decipher the first line of code, and it is basically a key. It's the alphabet.
Mhm.
And in doing so, you now have the key to decipher the next line of code.
Okay. I start to spend the time to figure it out.
All right.
While
So
they're doing
as
whatever
you look at the first line of code, and it's, if you're reading this, it actually worked, but I already know that it worked.
Congratulations. to me.
Clearly, we are smarter than the rest of them.
That sounds like me.
You turn the page, and you see one word on the next page.
Idiot.
The word is Saran.
Oh yeah.
Say that again?
Saran.
Saran.
You turn the page, and the next page is blank. And as you thumb through the rest of this small leather-bound journal, all pages are blank.
Huh.
You get to the last page, and you
What is it?
Fiend.
in code it says, on further thought, if I gave you any more than where it would destroy everything.
At least we know where.
Did you?
And then your full name signed in the code.
Okay.
Squeeze.
I hate future me, by the way, and that is also a trope.
I love
Well, because future you knows more than what you know.
Right.
Future you is amazing. You know what's also amazing? Blackberries.
Bananas.
As you go to pass Elmoric's shop,
You know, forget it.
you hear Elmoric say, you hear him say, now? And then, and literally, the door, the window to the shop, the side door, the windows on the second floor, fire just blasts out into the town out of every orifice of the shop. You hear, curious, so curious.
I would, if it was anyone else, I'd be like, oh my God. But I'm like, yeah.
Oh, it's Elmoric.
That's how he rolls.
Is that what you had in mind? Did we get their attention? You see Elmoric and Onyxoon just laughing at the counter.
There is something very wrong with both of them.
All right. Because I'm trying. I'll start laughing too.
Moro, as you look in, you do see that mirror.
Oh fuck! Temptation. Why? I poke my head in, and I just want to look at the mirror.
Sure, you look at the mirror.
Keep on.
What do I see?
You see nothing.
I don't see me.
You don't
I see you.
see you.
You.
I don't see anything.
You see nothing in the mirror.
I'm hoping it's like a Harry Potter mirror and some shit's gonna move. But
As you sort of adjust and look again,
oh, it's like there's a schooner.
Tormar?
It's like one of those.
you see Kadra.
Uh-huh.
In her hand is the hand of a child
Oh.
walking beside her.
It's the mirror of Erised.
What he said.
As the image of the child gets more and more clear to you, a figure steps through, and the forms evaporate into smoke. You see your sister, Kaya.
That's not the view I wanted.
Walking towards you,
In the mirror?
coming towards you from a
That's
distance,
fucking weird.
coming closer.
That's weirder.
And behind her, an elvish female.
Have I seen that elvish form before?
Hard to tell. Roll a perception check.
Was
What color is it?
perception.
It's a high elf.
16.
People color. It looks familiar, but not. It's familiar, but not clear.
It just keeps walking. They keep
They're
walking towards
you, and then their figures apparate and disappear as well as they get close enough to start to make out. That high elvish form is the common form Larissa takes. You see a large demon form the mirror. You see the head of Vorthus worn as a necklace around this gigantic demon's chest.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's carrying a sword that is very, very familiar to you. It looks at you.
It's very familiar to me.
Yeah. As it looks straight into your soul, and you see it pick up and hold the head of your mother.
Oh my God.
Severed from her body.
I'm literally having a nervous breakdown right now.
As
No, like I'm having a nervous breakdown.
Moro's freaking out in the mirror, you see this, Onyxoon, and he's just,
The image?
You don't see the image.
Okay.
You just see Moro like reaching towards the mirror. What are you gonna do?
Don't touch that.
You might not want to do that.
I will grab hand and push down.
All right.
Morotar.
Roll.
What is this?
Wait. Roll a wisdom check. A wisdom saving throw. Please.
Very good at these.
That's the sarcastic. Very good.
I'm really.
Is it a magical effect? Do you get advantage?
I do.
Is a magical effect.
You're welcome.
Not much better, but thank you. A wisdom save?
Wisdom save.
11.
11 is enough.
With advantage.
Is enough. As you break focus on the mirror from Anaxun distracting you, you shake off the vision that you just saw in the mirror, but it does sort of haunt your thoughts for the next few moments.
Hey, I'm holding your hand.
That haunts your thoughts even.
That isn't as disturbing as what I just saw. And I look at it, Elmoric. What is that thing?
Did you see?
Well, okay, it started off okay, but then it turned into horrible things. What is it? No. What is that?
I don't know.
I feel like you're just full of dreck when you're saying that, because I know that you know what these things
Tell
do.
me more about what you saw.
Some really terrible things happening.
Where is your short friend that rides on your shoulder?
How do you know he rides on my shoulder?
I was riding your shoulder when we first met him.
Is in, I don't know.
Hundreds of years ago.
Why?
How is it you have not aged today?
It's in the genes.
It's a curiosity.
Isn't it curious? It's curious, isn't it?
Indeed.
Can you please tell me more about this mirror situation, Kitty?
Most certainly. But first, a question.
An answer.
How is it you travel through time?
Magic.
There's your answer. What does this mirror
He's not okay with that answer.
That's what I would have said too.
That's a valid answer.
hey,
I don't shocking know.
A wizard did it.
There's no time travel that I know of. Where is your little friend who rides on your
In
shoulders?
the tavern. He went to why are you so concerned with where he is?
I needed to confirm something.
That's a shit
Can
perception.
I was gonna say, can I maybe insight on Elmore to see if he is having nefarious thoughts, or is this really just his general curiosity?
You can most certainly try.
That is an 18.
Oh,
Elmoric is a bored, old, powerful man.
Okay.
Who has just realized in seeing you again that he has seen you in multiple points in time.
he saw us when he was a wee nugget.
Not in the same, like not that different aside from you.
I always look the same. It's in
You
my
do.
it's in my DNA. I mean, literally in my DNA.
But
My mother's like
hundreds of
550
years,
old.
and
like,
you look exactly.
that's
Yeah,
how it
and-
works.
And what's really got to freak him out is Arterar was an elf, then a half elf, and now he's an elf again.
Yep.
And the human is still exactly the same age.
Yep.
So, given that he's probably at least as smart as Stell is,
Okay, so besides it,
I'm a little bit older.
we'll call it
A
some
hair.
kind of very strange divine intervention that we don't understand. How's that? Because I don't really shocking know how we wound up all tangled
So
up
do
in
you
what
just
it is.
appear randomly at times, or do
sometimes.
you have
Sometimes.
control of where and when?
Sometimes. It's really
How do you control it?
Thought.
Really?
So you said you had one question. You've now asked me like 5. What does this mirror do?
You haven't answered my first question.
I did. Magic.
That's not the answer.
It is the answer. It's the answer to everything.
No,
Fire is the answer to everything.
The
magic
mirror
is
is
how I
magic.
do this. And he turns and lights a flame in the air. Magic is how I do this.
I can do that too.
And he shoots a little magic missile and it ricochets off the chandelier and
That's a
knocks
lame
off a
spell.
crystal.
I've determined that's a lame
Oh,
spell.
curious. Right? Isn't that fun? That's magic. What you're doing is bending reality.
Very poorly, apparently. Can you please tell me what this mirror does?
I need to know more
I don't
about the power.
have the answers. If I had the answers, I wouldn't be asking you this question.
Very well, ask your question.
What does this mirror do? Magic!
I love Elmore.
Behind the counter. It's been wonderful seeing you all.
I'm
again.
walking
I'll see you in
out.
100 years.
See you in 100 years.
Do I know that the big demon thing that I saw, do I know that that's Bellator?
Roll a investigation check or a history check. Your choice is yours.
We've all actually seen just that once.
23.
Yeah, that's Bellator.
If we get outside and I'm like, I don't know what the shock that mirror is. First I saw Kadra and Sunak, I'm assuming.
You never saw the child.
Fuck.
It
I
was
saw-
older than you've ever seen Sunak, for sure.
Yeah, so I saw Kadra holding a child's hand. I couldn't see the child. And then I saw, I'm sorry, my brain is not working right now. Anyway, the end part is I saw Bellator. Okay, here's the part that's causing me an issue. He had Mother's sword and her head.
Maybe that would explain why she did not answer her.
That's in the past.
Oh.
If Moro could turn purple, he is literally like flushed.
Maybe the mirror.
Bellacor's purple.
Maybe the.
Do you really say that?
No.
Because
Me.
Moro is about to lose his
And
ever-loving
attempts
shit.
to console the son of Erishkigal. Arterar says maybe the mirror simply shows you what your deepest fear might be. Maybe
Kadra holding a child's hand is not my deepest fear.
but the consequences, what happened after that, would be a fear of yours. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Let's give it a try. I look into the mirror.
You look into the mirror.
Do I look good?
Hope you have a good wisdom score.
You you look fantastic. You see the reflection of yourself. You're wearing the mask, and
That's different.
as
Well,
you
suddenly
look,
it's the mirror from Harry Potter.
as you look
Not
at,
for me.
Yeah.
you disappear out, and then a large red dragon breathing fire across the land. You see it clearly, and it is. I'm pretty sure it's Ryusai. On his back,
Plus one cat.
Bellator,
Kitty.
carrying a sword, shaped in an arc-like fashion,
It's a falcata.
a falcata,
Yeah.
holding the head of Erishkigal as he sweeps across a land you've never seen before and burns everything on the back of Ryusai.
A land I haven't seen before, as in not Faerun and not home.
You've never been topside.
Not Faerun and not where you have been prior.
Moro's literally,
I
you've
need
never
you to
seen
make a
him cry.
wisdom
He's
saving
literally
throw.
on the verge of tears outside.
9. You look, and as you're staring at it, you see the head of Vorthus on chains around this, what seems to be larger form of Bellicor. Behind those large chains,
Nothing
you
to
see a
see here.
small necklace of moonstone, glowing white, with a large crack in it. You look closer.
This confuses me.
You stare at the stone, and it pulls your consciousness to it. And you hear in the back of your head, "Son, save me."
This also confuses me.
He
You look
fucked
over.
up your mother too.
You look over in like near tears, and you see Anaksun reaching out towards you.
Don't touch that fucking shit.
Roll
What did you-
a something or other. Roll to hit. Let's just go with that to see if you can actually grab his hand.
That's just a straight thing because I don't add anything to it. That's a 15. I'm never
15?
gonna hit him.
Yeah, I mean, he's just reaching out. He's not really
Okay.
actively resisting. It's not like you have to hit with intention to hurt. You just have to actually make contact. And it's
Spray
enough
bottle?
to sort of make you like,
no.
uh,
Bad on it soon.
and there's this feeling of emptiness, of death that comes over you. And you look at Moro and you recognize that feeling.
Mark, I think we need to have that talk now.
Curious.
Moro has like a deer in
What
it.
did you see, Oxen?
Death.
So much
Of
everything we love.
I need to look.
You look in the mirror.
Oh, God.
You see yourself.
Because that's what I call myself.
Let's get ready to.
And Mara appears next to you, holding a child. The
Sorry.
child quickly grows
Sorry,
and turns into a small humanoid form.
Okay.
What
Elvish,
you saw?
Yep.
with blue,
Yep.
just small little horns.
Yeah.
And you see it grow
Uh-huh.
and grow until blood oozes out of its eyes, ears, and mouth. Instantly, Mara's face as well. You see them just
Yeah.
fall into a form of flesh, a pile of meat and mass and blood and bone,
I'm so glad I
demolished
can't
and
see this. I'm already so devastated right now.
ignites into flames. You see out of the flames a large dragon form explodes out and is just laying waste to what you know to be the top side of Sauron.
Okay.
It's burning the temples of Erishkigal, burning the temples of all of the deities of Sauron.
Oh, we should
As-
get them all together.
He flies through.
Have a party of
You see
deities.
symbols of all of the deities you are aware of Sauron, clutched in the hands of Bellicor as he is laying waste to the land.
Oh boy. Oh my.
You reach out towards the mirror. You guys all see that.
No.
same
No,
hopelessness.
Murderer,
You
no.
grab at him. I'm not even going to make you make a wisdom saving throw
Because
you
I
got
will-
two who totally know what's going on.
I mean, also, I have a pretty damn high wisdom.
Well, yeah, you can also pass it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, so I'm pretty sure I know where and when we're supposed to go now.
What? I don't want to know what you saw.
Elmoric leans into the counter.
Probably pretty close to what you saw.
I'm
So-
not in a happy place right now.
Are you ready to have that conversation now?
What conversation?
What did you see?
Horrible things.
Death of loved ones.
My mother.
Curious. Curious indeed. And you?
I think I hate him. I
Darkness.
used to like him. I don't think I like him anyway. Yeah, we're having a
Protect that gem. In the darkness you see, it must be eliminated.
Is the gem part of the equation?
It is.
Could you trap him in it?
Okay.
How do you, Elmore?
Wait, what do you do with it?
More.
Yeah,
Yes.
I got a gem. Here you go, Bellicor. Fuck you. Like, what do you do with it?
How do you know
Shove it up his candied ass.
so much?
I don't want to get that close to the glass. Wait,
How
yeah.
do you know so little?
Because we're idiots.
Just naive, I guess.
Take some time and think about it.
What hit?
What is it?
All of it. What you've seen. I know you were there when Ryusai the Red destroyed Luskin
How do you know?
hundreds of years ago.
Yeah, how did you know that?
How do you know?
I didn't believe it when I met you 100 years later in Luskin.
Oh, yeah, in the bookshop.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, it was
Yeah.
doing funny story. We met him in a bookshop.
How curious.
That's what he said. Well, wait, that's what I said. Uh-huh.
I didn't believe it was you. Because you looked different to my previous memories.
I am.
Wait.
Your previous memories of the past?
Until when I had seen you just years ago. I did not believe it was you because you looked different. But now I see you the same.
Oh, yes. Better.
Does the mirror show truth?
Shows a line of truth.
We have to fuck that line up.
Can we break the mirror?
I was gonna say, yeah, that was.
I don't think that works that way.
I mean, I kind of want
A line that was not complete,
was
but
not.
grows more and more as we
Oh,
look.
it hasn't
closer
happened
and
yet.
closer.
It hasn't happened
Yeah.
yet. It
Yeah.
hasn't happened yet. I just keep saying that. Like, I'm going crazy. You have no comprehension.
Continue, please.
Hasn't happened yet.
Pardon the son of a Mishkigo.
So we've seen a possible
this?
future.
I do say this.
I just shoot him a look.
And you saw your mother.
Mother.
How is it you are here?
I don't understand the question. Here I am.
How did you get here?
It's a very long story.
When did you get here?
You know what? Fuck if I know.
3
You would
weeks.
have to ask
Are you
Stella.
talking about the first, the second, or the third coming of Martin?
No, I'm not talking about that.
Talking about-
Yes.
That there was many of them. Wait, what?
We
There's
don't
no more coming.
Moro cometh.
You are the very reason I still keep this shop open day after day.
We are.
You will need something I have.
I hope it's
He goes in the back.
and
he comes out.
Something from the back door.
Killing of Bellicor kit.
How'd you kill Bellicor? An easy kit.
No, sorry.
Just add water.
Sorry.
Step 1. Add Shirai Okami.
Okay, internet. The meme Jason was talking about earlier. You ready for it? Here
Yeah.
it comes. Elmoric hands you a rod.
And we are again all 12.
At the end of the rod, there are 2 dragon's claws, small, that form the shape of a setting for a gem.
Ooh, is it like the gem you have?
He says, "You'll be needing this."
Is it Skeletor's staff?
No, that's the Havoc staff, and it's a ram's head.
Wait, Evelyn had the one with the.
Once they are joined, he will be.
I mean, I don't know what you're talking about.
He'll be
aware.
aware.
Bing, bing. Wait, he'll be
Is
aware
this
what?
one
Like
of his former belongings?
wolf, aware tiger, aware
Oh.
boar.
Yes.
Because predecessors in my clan have found such things, and he has found them. Interesting.
When you are ready.
Wait, it's like a rod of Bellicor whacking. Like you put your gem in it and then you beat the living shit
Whack
out
a
of him. Is
Bellicor.
that what that is?
I'm assuming he will know that when it is joined, he'll probably not be pleased, and he'll try to come and take it.
Pretty sure we're talking Horcruxes here, guys.
Twin.
You may
power
want to
activate.
keep those two artifacts separate.
From each other.
Like, yeah,
You.
maybe not in the same bag or.
I'll carry the
I'll be
gem.
happy to take one of
Nah,
those.
you got the rod. You're an expert with those.
Whoa!
It's not false.
But
That's fair. Wait. So now in my notes I'll write Rod of Bellicor.
Bellicor's rod.
Bellicor's
there
rod.
it is.
Bellicor's
Hey guys,
There it
Bellicor's
is.
rod is in my sack.
Of course.
Is it in your sack or over your
It
sack?
almost went this way, didn't it?
It came very close. All right. So,
Oh my!
Wow.
Lord.
All right.
They're locked in.
All right, guys.
you guys make your way out of
I can't even
Elmoric's shop, and you see Yorbith through the door
write.
at the tavern,
Bit of a drink.
and he's a couple cups in, and you see like the top of Stell's head.
Yeah, as usual.
What are you guys gonna do?
I'm gonna. Is Stella in my seat?
Yeah. As you look in, you realize Stell is in fact sitting in the prime fireplace seat.
Hey.
Everybody.
Are you gonna head in?
Can we swap seats? I just had a really terrible.
You look-
I'm,
Why do all of you look so pale?
I just saw the most terrible thing in a mirror in Elmark's shop.
I'm right behind.
Why were you in Elmaric's shop?
We were on our way. I was going to get blackberries.
Nostalgia.
We were on our way to the market, and then something exploded, and we heard them laughing, and I looked in, and that mirror that was very interesting to me last time was there. But it's not interesting to me anymore. That thing is vile. I saw terrible things in it.
So
And-
no blackberry.
No, I didn't get it.
Moro, already distraught, a tear falls down his eye. The realization he never even got his blackberries.
Never got blackberries. Doesn't
I didn't get
see
blackberries, and my mom was dead. I don't know what to do.
What?
Not dead.
details.
Wait, what did you see in this
I
mirror?
have a nervous breakdown still.
Phone home. Message.
No, wait.
I don't have phone home as like what, how do I Hey.
Tell me what you saw.
Really terrible. Well, it started off really nice. I saw Kadra, and I saw a little. I can't tell if it was Sunak or not, but anyway, eventually that's the part we need to get to. Eventually, I saw Bellicor, and he had Vorthus's head like a medallion necklace, and he was carrying my mother's sword and her head. It was really, really terrifying. And funny story, then Anaxun and Arterar looked in the mirror and saw the same thing.
So Stell looks at the book in his hands, and then he opens it to a page, and he writes a word under what looks like weird lines, clearly some form of code, and he points it to the group, and it says Saran.
Uh-huh.
That's where I told us we need to go.
Shock. Exactly. Yes, that is the word of the day. Shock.
Unfortunately, I didn't write anything more because apparently if I did, it would destroy everything.
That's all you wrote in the book.
Well, other than telling myself that if I wrote any more, it would destroy anything, and
Did you like
some
write
stuff to make sure that I
like,
knew it was me.
Did you like write teeny swear words underneath or something?
No, I've been muttering those since I read what my future self wrote.
Okay.
By the way, my future self's an asshole.
I'm
You know, when I become my future self, I need to be less of an asshole.
I'm like, if the seat by the fire is taken, I'm
Also a Bill and Ted reference.
floor in front of the fire with my head in my hands because I'm just like.
All right. Yeah. Well, no. I mean, Stell hasn't moved as of
I'll
yet.
move for Moro because Moro, and I'll also order Moro a drink because clearly he needs one. Blackberry wine.
We're one light.
Huh?
We're missing the angel guy.
No, he's with my sister.
He stayed with Lily. I mean, Dahlia.
If he's anywhere, that's safe.
Better than the fountain.
So the one problem is I told us where, and apparently you confirmed where. The question is when.
I don't know.
Time runs differently in your world.
So I don't know when, except that I saw. I don't know if it's related, but I saw Kadra, and I'm assuming it was Sunak. And
I did not see the same thing you did.
And he was still small, so that can only be months after we left.
Arterar, what did you see?
What I saw was my child grown, and then it's too much.
Mora's just staring at you blankly.
Well, he's literally like looking at, like doing what I'm doing right now, looking at the table and just.
So what did Elmoric say about this? Anything?
He gave us.
He was being an asshole.
He implied that the mayor showed a possibility.
But not something that has happened yet, but something that could happen.
Or it could be happening, and because we can still change something.
Right. So do we go back to right when we left?
Do you know when that is?
Yeah, I do.
Well, there you go.
The rest of us don't.
I don't fucking
So
care. I'll tell you
that could screw up our aim, but
well, last time we went to my
That's-
home, I just told you all to think of me, and it worked.
that's true.
Think of me.
Well, all right.
There's
So-
something special about your mother's sword.
Have a drink first,
We'll call it an heirloom. It's an heirloom.
because I've never seen you so pale. You're almost white.
Don't say that.
You're almost flesh colored.
You're almost flesh colored.
people colored.
You look more Smurf tone than
Your mother.
So we had Vorthus's head right.
like the Smurf Neblins.
Oh, nice.
I have a legitimate question. So he had Vorthus's head as a necklace. There was no shucking head left of Vorthus.
He was in a lot of pieces, and then put back together again.
And then taken
And then
apart,
a lot
and put
of
together, and then
pieces,
taken
and then
apart.
put-
And there was
yeah.
like maybe some skeletal version of it. Was it a full head?
She ripped the flesh off.
Right.
of
I'm
him.
saying when I looked in the mirror, was it his full head?
Mhm. As if it had been severed from his body.
Right. Like that never happened.
Unless he was brought back, like our good friend Krull.
Or you.
I don't like to talk about that.
When we fought Vorthus, I had Kokusho. And if I had killed him with Kokusho, he would not have been able to have been brought back, as far as I know.
We didn't kill him.
But your mother killed him, right?
Right.
But my point is, he had Orthus's head, who could have been brought back, had your mother, and he had my mother trapped in a gem hanging from his neck. Remember my old necklace?
Mhm.
Much similar to that.
I've never felt so close to Onyxoon before in my entire life.
I
Because your
obviously
family
have not
members
seen
became
her.
jewelry?
Huh?
Because your family members became jewelry?
Not jewelry.
Really, really gory jewelry.
Lord, like Lord of the Flies shit.
Hey, Scoob.
Holy poop.
Okay.
This-
Stell's book says we need to go back home.
Go home.
You're Saran.
Yes.
That must be the land that I saw.
Our instincts are correct.
When? Right when we left?
Right when we left. If
I think that's our best target because we don't know what has happened since then.
And I wouldn't want
but we know that we were pulled away as something bad was happening.
Now,
there were fucking
with the
La
time,
block your ears. There were fucking humans outside.
Right, but would
I mean, I'm technically.
Part human.
would
We heard humans shouting and fighting. We came back for a hot second, and there was blood everywhere.
right. The bad things.
Can I ask a perception question?
Mhm.
When we went back and there was blood everywhere, what color was it?
That's right.
It was red.
Oh, good. That's the good kind.
Whoa.
You also did not see any remains of.
I
Of
just
what it
wanted to
was.
So you
know
would
if
be
it's
concerned
red,
of.
I'm happy. It's all good.
Color is your?
Not
Well, see, so
Dark.
well, no, you're not like Klingon,
like
which
look
is,
at
pink.
like
You're
I
not
just
green.
did I get a
No
drink? I
Vulcan?
just show him the wine. I'm like it's kind of like that color, like a little darker, purpley-ish. With
Black.
I'm like, don't cut me.
At least it's not green.
I'm like, you've
Right.
probably seen Moro bloodied before.
Yeah, we have seen Mora get hit before.
You've also seen Marrakesh with an arm severed.
Yeah, it's kind of like a more purpley red, let's say.
More royal.
Yeah.
But not like Pepto-Bismol.
That's more the Klingon color.
Right. That's what I was thinking.
So that's all I wanted to know. It was like people colored.
With the time differential, how does that equate to my timeline? Do we have any kind of idea?
That's a
The
question.
problem is we don't have a link between the two worlds in terms of
I'm the link.
yes, but we don't know exactly how long you were dead.
I do because I was killed.
The weakest link?
You were killed at some point before 1500
I
in
was
Faerun
killed.
time.
Wait, no, I was killed. And Mara hadn't been born yet. She was like a couple weeks out of being born, right?
Okay.
And then I was resurrected
Somewhere around 1548
in
Faerun time.
and then I found myself in Luskan. I had been in that tavern. I'd only been alive for a couple days. And then when I talked
That
to
you know of.
Mara, I had been we were in Sanctuary. I had been gone for 2 years, 9 months, and I don't fucking remember.
2 years, 3 months, and 23 days.
It was
So approximately that period time maps to approximately 48 years in Faerun.
Do we know the
shit doesn't make it.
date when the bell broke?
Bell broke in Sanctuary, so there was no date.
So
We
do I know the way that time works differently between the two?
maybe
Fuck.
maybe Shafan may be able to help us with this.
I'm only
What?
saying this
How does Shelley
because
help?
in the vision he had my mother. But I had my mother's protection all the way up until when I had my necklace.
Mm-hmm.
And the last place I had my necklace was 2,000 years in the past. But in our present day, I had the necklace and it always glowed with the moon. So some point after that is a possibility for this.
Right.
So we need to make sure that we go before that. Which I'm wondering.
What I'm telling you is there is no real reference between the time because I do not have the exact year that Moro you died. I know when you suddenly became aware again, which was 1548.
But would I know what year it was when I died?
You would
No,
know
because you weren't in Faerun.
I would know what year it was in Saran.
We know based off of Blackford Crossing, which happened in 1528, that you could contact your family, and it was after what had happened, and it was around that time. But we don't have a direct timeline map between Saran and Faerun. We don't have it.
Oh, you
No
got
audio.
quiet. No audio. Your
Sorry.
thing. There we
Can
go.
you hear me now?
Yeah. Good.
So we don't have a direct map of the timeline between the two worlds that I can say, okay, this happened here, this happened exactly here, because you don't keep time in Saran. And because you don't, there's no way for me to know when things happened there.
I know when it was that we were pulled away.
Right. But we can't know when that is relative to what Kokai wants to know.
I understand.
Time-wise. We can't know if that is accurate or not.
Can we go back to that point where you went back and you saw the blood? Is it possible?
I think that's what we want to shoot for, right?
We can target that in Moro's world, right?
Right. Well, I mean, Moro and Arterar can target that, and the rest of us can think of them and hope that that's where we end up, and nobody ends up in a bathtub
Under my bed.
Still close enough.
or in a bowl of blood.
Under my bed is not necessarily close enough. That's all the way.
I know you don't.
So we can try that. We can try that.
But
Isn't he drunk by now?
Huh?
Isn't he drunk by now?
Yorvis is a couple cups in.
Yorvis is
Make a constitution check.
Yorvis is like, Bogey!
I just keep on drinking when it's this kind of natural one.
Yeah!
Oh,
Shit, you're trashed.
You're trashed. You're like, huh?
Did you get me an Elvish Red? Because I love
I ordered you an Elvish Red.
Time sucks.
Moro's like drinking
what about
wine.
you, Shelf? Oh, right, he's not.
I'm not there.
Oh, shall fun.
Maybe we should find Shelly and all have this conversation together, but we need to go home and we need to fix this. That is the most awful thing I've ever seen in my life.
Take no offense by
And
this.
remember that the rest of us are going to be severely underpowered in Saran because our magic doesn't work there.
What? Wait.
But you learned a lot last time you were there, right?
Yeah, not to pick up a strange shield.
I'm gonna message Moro. What if they were inhabited by the
Better than no.
symbiotes again? Moro.
Hell.
No, this is message.
Yeah, be thankful you did that via message.
What if that may help?
He still would be pissed. He was not happy. He liked being able to summon Nemrak, but that's it. They didn't like it. I don't know why, but they didn't like it.
I can't understand why.
I don't know why.
But let's cross that bridge once we pass.
I
through
mean,
the next
I
dimension.
feel like they learned a lot last time we were there, and maybe we could help them.
Maybe
Mhm.
my transition back up here has been simple. I'm curious to see what will happen as we go.
Please don't say the word curious.
Yeah.
It sort of makes me want to hit something.
All right.
Meanwhile, back in the temple
with fire.
of Saren Ray, you've spent significant time with Dahlia.
Hello,
She
her.
is
My
looking
little
at you
sister.
and she inquires, "You are a being of light,
That I am.
but you are here in Faerun on the prime material plane. Why?"
It'll help my friends.
Isn't every creature your friend? Isn't your job to help all creatures?
Yes.
What is it about these creatures, about these people?
You see that statue up there?
Yes.
That's in your fountain?
Yes, it's Bemis. He was a good friend of my brother's, and well, not necessarily of my brother's, but he was a companion of my brother's friends.
My brother put up with them.
Yeah.
He died,
Yes.
but yet
I
he
know.
still lives through me. For I am Venus, as well as Shalfan.
You are a creature of the light. And Bemis was a creature of the light.
I am many creatures of the light.
She's just like staring in awe at you. And like,
And Serenre, whom you worship, is a friend to all the gods of the light.
she's the light bringer.
She is the light.
She is the Everlight.
She is the Everlight.
Continue to worship her. Continue to honor her, as I do. As I honor
Good
all
thing I
gods.
didn't write him in.
As I honor all gods
Good thing I didn't write him in there.
of light.
You hear in the back of your mind a calling, as if someone is praying. And I need you to make a wisdom check.
You got some high wisdom.
I roll low.
7.
You hear, you hear, Saren Ray,
Saren Ray.
it's me, Billy Joe. I need your help. My brother's got himself in trouble again.
No, not those guys.
I know those guys.
I go,
Like not those guys, anyone but those
are
guys.
Great.
Saren Ray, if you could show him the light.
So he doesn't get his
Show me.
ass whooped again.
We'll help them guys. Okay, where? What?
I mean, he just needs to get out of the lockup. He just drank a little too much again last night. He needs to know that he shouldn't be drinking so much. If you could maybe send that lovely priestess that you have there over in that temple.
Oh boy.
Maybe she could get him out of jail, and maybe she could show him the light the way she showed me the light. That'd be good.
Holy damn.
That sounds inappropriate.
I ask you this in the name of the Everlight, and if you could show him,
Yeah.
that'd be good. Thanks,
Thanks. Okay.
Billy Joe.
Bobby.
Just checking in on me.
You have a worshiper in trouble. I've felt the presence. I've felt the prayer.
You felt a disturbance in the force.
She stops and she looks at you. Who?
Billy Joe.
Billy Joe?
Billy Joel.
She just goes. She's distraught already just at the mention of the name. Oh,
It seems he's
his brother, right?
yes, in they're in jail
Again?
again.
last time I went over there, his
They're
penis
praying
was
for
stuck
you
in the
to come
toaster.
help.
It said, plug it in.
Instructions unclear.
Could have helped Billy Joe so much. He's even got a band that he started.
Yeah.
Turned a new light and he's become a bard.
He's a country musician.
There are those at times
Ding, 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 ding.
we don't want to help, but do need the light.
Yes, everyone.
Yes.
Everyone.
And he is one of them.
Everyone.
He is one of them. That is a special
He's a special
Snowflake.
project for you.
Special.
I hope you can continue to guide him in the ways of the light.
She looks at you, and
Wrap up like a
as
douche.
she's looking at you, and you look at yourself, and you are completely radiating light. And you have taken a female form. Your wings
Okay.
unfurled. And you're just basically a female form of radiant light with radiant wings behind you. As you're speaking, your voice takes on a deeper, more godly presence. As you say these words, and she just stops, grabs her holy symbol, and bows down and says,
Oh my God, you have flaming hair.
"It is my duty to serve the light."
Oh,
And
don't
she
tell me
looks
you have
up.
flaming hair.
I will help Billy Joel and his
Billy
brother.
Joel.
I will help Billy Joel.
Oh, hell, Billy Joel.
And the light will continue to guide you.
And the light will
continue. And the light will continue to guide you.
but deeper and more godly.
The light will continue
light
to guide
And
you.
the light will continue to guide you.
This is great. Voice
I'll get
acting.
there. I'll
lessons.
get there. And the light will continue to guide
And as you say that, your hair erupts into flames.
Oh my
Flaming
God,
hair.
you're the Everlight. I love it.
I am the light.
Oh my God.
And then
I'm sorry, that
You're
was
just
like
back
Kaya
into-
me getting
Ah,
really
yeah,
excited
yeah.
you're
about
just
it for
back
a second.
into you're back into Shelfan.
Back to Walter.
You're back to Walter.
Your Uncle Walter.
She's already out the temple. You see running past you.
But she makes it.
Yeah. And little halfling legs runs by, and you see she's on the way
That's when I walk.
to the jail, to the lockup, to the barracks.
Oh, where Bemis was.
Where Bemis
Over here
was.
somewhere.
Over on that underneath on Thomas's book. She's making a beeline, and she runs past, and she's like, "Thank you, Bemis," as she runs past the fountain, and just goes up.
I just realized how annoying it is for you. Antanas and Ardarar, Aria and Anaksun, and
Yes.
they're all
Oh
weird.
yeah, names, yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I know mine are so similar.
Yes, thank you. In my game, you guys aren't all the same.
All right. So with that, you guys realize that Shelfan is still not with you. You need to make your way. Does somebody want to message him knowing he's at the temple or do something like that?
I could do that.
And you hear in your head, "Dring," collect call from Moritar. Do you accept the charges?
I do.
We had a baby, eats a boy.
That's a boy. Come back to the tavern.
Shelly,
Yes.
where are you?
I'm looking for a man, Amanda hug and kiss.
We need, yeah. I love that. Every time somebody tells me their name is Amanda, that's all I can
Yeah,
think.
that'd be too.
Mike,
We could use you. We are in the tavern. If you could come here, we have some issues, and we I have issues. I'm gonna admit it right now. I have some issues
This is
right now.
not the beer that I
I'm on the
ordered.
way. And before I leave, I put my hands in the water of the temple and bless the water.
I
Bless the
cleanse this water
bless-
of Bemis
and I
before me.
Bless the altar, and I bless the temple when I leave. And as I walk, fly by.
You're like, that's a
I don't
handsome.
fly. I guess I
You're like,
walk.
that's a handsome
And,
dude in the fountain.
I touch Beavis's.
Hey, you
statue,
touched yourself.
touch myself.
I
and I fly back.
anybody else.
When I pass the fountain, I touch
Shelfan, if you
myself.
keep touching yourself, you're gonna go blind.
Yes.
When I pass the
You notice a little hair
fountain,
grow on
I
your
touch
palms.
myself.
Hey, you know what? True sight though.
True sight.
All right.
I meet my friends at the town.
All right. So for the sake of RP, I'll let all that go. Why not? You make it back to the tavern. You guys discuss everything that you've covered so far.
Yeah.
Stop drinking so much.
No.
I need this right
The
now.
intoxication is pouring out of your pores in your body.
That's how you.
Pouring
That's,
out of his pores.
that's how it gets.
The alcohol's
through
pouring
the
out of
system.
you.
Do you want one?
Do you have any
No.
catnip? No. Does anybody have any catnip?
We should go to the store.
You're all drunk
What
drug
is it
addicts.
that? What is it that you found out?
Shit. Everything is shit.
We're all screwed.
But I say it. But I say it in infernal, so I'm like Drek. Everything is Drek.
going to be terrible. How do you
Everything.
know
Everything is shocked up.
We saw it.
We need to go to Saran.
We need to go home.
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 We
All
need to go to
signs
Saran.
point to Saran.
Moro's world.
You're not gonna.
The
win.
same
With the bell.
War.
With
All
I've
right.
done it before.
How did you find all this out?
I open the book and I show him. I'm like, because I said so.
In the mirror in Elmoric's shop.
There's a mirror.
Moro is drunk.
A mirror.
Mirror.
Don't worry about the mirror. I told us that's where we need to go. It just confirmed with.
I can't read this. This is in code.
You see
I
the word
wrote it
scrog
in-
underneath the top.
I wrote it in.
Thank you.
You're like,
Comment
what the fuck is
underneath.
that?
So we have to go there.
Arterar is drunk. Moritar is drunk.
Because we're like,
I don't think we're going tonight.
Pretty worse for
We're
wear.
like, we saw the worst things ever.
Shiny.
Yes.
We saw some shit.
All right.
My wine's gone.
How do you know it's true?
Because
we saw it.
Because it could be. Elmoric said it could be. Like it will be if we don't do anything about it. Like it might be. We have to fix it. That's all I got. Moro makes no sense anymore.
Take me to this mirror. I'd like to see it.
Oh God, please no.
Okay. No.
Yeah, let's do it.
Wait. Shelly, don't touch the mirror.
This is for
Hold on.
looking.
Hold on. Keep another round for these two.
Oh yeah, sure.
Did everyone
I'll
look
bring
through
it.
this mirror?
I will bring you. You guys stay here. Have another drink.
Stal,
Now-
did you look through the
Now
mirror?
I feel like is the time for my toast.
A
guys.
fine looking elvish woman.
Is she familiar?
Pours nope.
Yay.
No, new one.
Pours,
On it soon. I'll keep an eye on the rest of them.
I want to look at.
We'll be back.
No, here.
Don't do anything
Something
stupid.
strong for him.
a large man comes over. You need some help?
Nope. I meant.
No. You meant a drink.
Drink.
A drink.
Oh, I thought he was.
Wait. Wait,
Right.
so back
No.
to who has
It's my
catnip.
first day working upstairs.
Who has
so
catnip?
apologies. To drink. Got it.
So,
I'm guessing that you don't want to go anywhere tonight then.
Hey,
I'll pull out some coins and.
no, not tonight. I
Yes.
can't.
the prince wants some catnip. You got
Why
it?
do you keep saying that
Can you
out
just bring me
loud?
the-
And here's some more gold coins to cover everything up.
I'm drunk, so you're the prince and the son of Hirsch Kagalano.
Moro, give me your glass.
Can you bring the mirror back here? Yeah, I'll work on it.
Take it off the wall.
Yep.
Mirror, mirror on the wall. Show me what will kill us.
Shelfan
Enjoy.
walks to the bartender and hands him a bag of gold.
Mora's got a mug full of wine and catnip.
That table over there,
So we're clearly not going anywhere tonight.
I don't know.
whatever drinks you
No.
serve them.
I'm,
add water
I'm
to them.
drowning my sorrows right
I
now.
want to arrange for us to get
You
some
want me to water down
rooms
my drinks?
Yes.
because they're going to need to sleep this off.
I got a toast.
I'm giving you more gold than
I got a toast.
still drink.
Hey,
Says,
Here's to you.
appreciate
Here's to me.
your offer,
May we
but
always agree.
I
If
do-
we don't, the hell with you. Here's to me.
I cannot let my reputation.
I'd like to
Smirched.
keep my friends somewhat sober and not out of trouble.
We'll take care of them. Don't worry.
Shuff. They'll be fine. They're not going to go anywhere.
Why not somewhat drunk?
Shafan, I'm sober. I'll take care of them.
Does
Okay.
anybody have a loot?
I've got loot, and I give him like 5 gold coins.
No.
You look up on the stage, and there's one just sitting there in a stand next to a stool.
Do it.
The bard of the night,
Do it.
probably on break.
I'm going.
He was holding Mother's head.
Okay, you go up on the stage and you pick up the loot.
Loot guy.
Infernal.
Okay.
The bartender's like, make a performance check.
Got it.
Death metal.
Yeah, pretty much. That's literally what he's gonna play now. Ooh, that's a good one.
Always performing good.
Oh, I'm performing very well. A 27.
Wow.
And he
It's
starts like banging
It's
his head.
infernal death metal.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, and he's like, and the crowd's getting into it. They're all just like, yeah. And
Except Stell,
you
he's
see a
just
couple
sitting there
people start
like-
a little circle, like to dance around in a circle.
Stell's the only one in the room who's like,
He is singing an infernal.
I summon demons!
I'm a demon.
Pretty much, he's kind of working it out. Working it out right now.
it's
Just working it
an
out.
amazing song about, you know,
All the things.
death and
Blood,
and
there's a lot of screaming.
a lot of screaming.
bodies of humans.
Yeah,
My
not
headache is getting worse.
Yep.
Luckily, it's an infernal.
Yes.
I'm
That's the
not
whole
feeling
idea.
Most
his
people
music
don't
right
really
now.
understand what you're saying, but they're
I
like,
do.
Yeah.
I understand.
and more.
Plus,
Like,
there's
tell me
gonna
more
be-
about the blood.
You know, there's gonna be a lot of just magical double bass pedal action happening.
Yeah, you're like kicking both feet. You're like
How are
slamming on
you
the
even
loop,
doing that?
and you got 2 feet stomping on the ground, just like.
And the really bad part about this is Stell actually does speak infernal.
Yeah, I
You're horrible.
So he understands all these words.
coming from Arterar's
You're
mouth.
This is like, oh my head.
Something
Ideally, they changed,
about
but-
bags of flesh exploding into fire and like
I feel like that was
craziness.
about an hour ago.
Heads of enemies.
I think Arterar needs a puppy.
If he had a puppy right
as you
now, he
as you
might
say
be
this
right.
out loud, a line
Bite
about
the
the
head
a line about decapitating dogs and offering them to the
Oh no!
Cats are better.
All right, Shelfon,
All right.
you take a look in the mirror and you just stare at it.
What, Stell?
You see light. You're familiar with this light. It is the light from which you were born, where the souls of those who worship the light go to help in the mission of the light. As you just look out over this expanse, there's no definition of time or space or form, and it's warming. You recognize it as home. You recognize it as where you belong, and you start to question, why is it again that I'm here? And as you do this, you see, it's almost like when you see mercury injected into water, but it's darkness into light. And you see it just appear off in the distance, and it grows and it swirls until the light is engulfed in a dark, soupy nothingness. You see 2 red eyes appear in the distance, and they're looking, penetrating straight through your eyes. You look over, and sure enough, Shelfon.
Wait, does Bellicor have red eyes?
Probably. I don't remember what I
I don't know. Why don't
think.
you go check his Tinder profile?
That was disturbing.
That is the darkness that has consumed my life, and as far as I know, everyone else's.
And the light shall overcome the darkness, and we will see to that.
So we say we
Let's see
all.
how right.
And that
Yeah.
scene is where we're going to leave it for tonight. Congratulations, you all have leveled up. As I
Hey!
already indicated earlier, you've made it through everything you needed to do to get there. So it doesn't even have to be a Chris Perkins gift. This is actually where you needed to be for your next level. Shelfon, I have some very interesting news for you about what leveling up looks like,
Okay.
which I'm going to cover on stream because Shelfon is an interesting character. The conscious bodies that engulf Shelfon
That sounds icky.
are all at a hard capped level where they cannot proceed. Much like a multi-class character, this 1 level point that you've earned can go into either Shelfon or any of the personalities in Shelfon.
That's pretty cool.
So feel free to make that choice as you feel appropriate.
That's a good. That's going to be some good decisions.
A tidbit of
Now, there's
nothing.
also another piece of information I would be irresponsible to not give you as a DM. Those entities are also capped at their death for their knowledge. They don't know anything after their death.
Okay.
And they identify Shalfan as actually being the deity that they worshipped in life. Which is that when they have that communication with him,
Yep.
mentally, when they're either present or he's reaching out to them, their perspective is that when Shalfan speaks to Bemis, Bemis thinks that he's speaking to Habakkuk, right?
Yep.
So, because they're hard capped, if they gain a level, they also gain knowledge up to the point where they level. So you could potentially let Bemis know he's dead.
You're
And-
dead. You're dead, Jim.
He only can
He's
come
dead,
back.
Jim.
He could potentially learn that if he were to gain a level. So just, or any of the other entities that are within you. Thanks again for joining us. If you joined us tonight, I checked in a couple times. It looked like there might have been a couple people watching. We appreciate your support.
There was nobody watching.
There was nobody watching? Oh,
Yeah.
the person was you and
The
Eric?
person was me, and at the beginning, Antanas.
Oh, that's a little bit disappointing.
So hopefully somebody will watch the review of it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I know some people that will be watching the
Well,
review.
I hope you enjoyed it. Whenever
Or you
it
will
was,
have enjoyed it because
you
time
will have
travel.
enjoyed it because time travel. If not,
Not Brian.
This really does give me a headache, by the way.
yeah. If you could do me a huge solid over there, somebody swipe the little swipey on the pad with the 3 fingers in the direction that gets you over there, and we're gonna hit that. Yeah, the red button.
Big shiny red
Oh, there it
button.
is.
Shiny red candy like button.